Giờ thắng. Cảm ơn. Chị hỗ trợ như vậy.
Kéo ra chơi đi, tao đang quay phim mày với nó đó.
Dạ.
Kéo ra. Quay phim, đi ra, đi ra.
Không, mình đang giỡn này. Làm gì vậy?
Cái gì nên...
Biết về phim mà. Không đáng lắm nữa.
Good grammar and spelling are important, but if you want to write essays that inspire, messages that forge brighter connections,
ladies and gentlemen, it's the grand finals of the We Play Tug of War Mad Moon. I'm ODPixel, joined by Lacoste, Secret versus Nigma.
Their hero on the map, especially if they decide to make some stacks. Zai already getting harassed on the bottom lane a lot.
Yeah, straight in. As soon as he pops the death pulse, it's just a little bit of a heal, a little bit of damage. Nigma, they collapse onto him immediately. He'll get another heal out, but Zai One more hit will do. He's got the Fairy Fire. He'll be fine. Now they'll turn towards Miracle. Miracle's actually taking a lot of damage for this attempt. He'll get back in, but Zai with the heal. The Fable.
Debated.
They'll do it. They'll get first blood. They will lose Zai in return, but Kuro, he's down. Double kill for Yapson.
Damage from Warcry and the Alpha Wolf on top of that.
Oh, look at this, Nisha. Dodging the stun from Sven, just turning up against the three of them, trying to get a fight going. He sets up Kuro to be killed off by Yapsor's Fade Bolt. Miracle will charge towards the Rubik, and Yapsor, without any regen left, will fall in return, as they'll get the trade. But Nisha, he's still around here. He still knows how strong he is as this morph and can continue to fight these two heroes. GH, he'll get himself away with a further tether. He will live. Yeah, there's a lot of spell stealing that Secret can use to their advantage this game. Top, more aggression from Mind Control. He's sort of slowly and silently been sitting here on the top lane, getting stronger and stronger as the Timber. Secret will start to pull more resources into this area. They're going to relocate in to dive for the easy kills. Mind Control will deal with Puppey. Puppey bounces away as he swallows on the cookie, but Mind Control's on top of him, slaps him down, gets the kill. Up in the tree line, Yapsor's been surrounded. Miracle, GH, and Weeha will find themselves the second one. Crit that you get as well. And what better hero to use it on, and what better sort of timing to play with. You know how Nigma likes to move. They're getting aggressive, diving in on the mid. There's going to be a TP in, top lane as well. Mind Control causing havoc for Zai as he's diving under the tower. Zai is not going to have any sort of backup come in because the rest of Secret, they've gone towards mid. Zai's going to try his best to run this one away. Mind Control, he's got enough mana to finish with the kill. Doesn't look like it. Poke back to midline. Coil comes in. Over they go. Matsu doesn't get the chance to Time Walker. Drop a Chrono. They've lost the Void. Nigma, they're turning up the heat. As two die on Secret. Nigma, they're starting to get that momentum going the way that they've been winning many other games this land. And finally, up top, Mind Control will cut down Zai. He cannot get away. They are speeding things up. Zai and Matsu, they are crumbling. Let's see if they want to try and push up to high ground. It's only 12 minutes in, but Nigma, they are going straight up. Secret, they've got to respond to this. TP back from Yapsor as they'll start to nuke them down. Try and put a stop to the Reaper Slice there, but the Hand of God Miracle, he's back up to full.
Chrono!
Chrono, though, the Mortimer's Kisses, they continue to fly in. Do they have the damage, though? Secret, the Stolen stuns out. They burst down Sven, cookie forward onto Zai, stuns the two of them. They've lost two on Nigma. Mind Control, Kuro, and GH will doing their best to get out. The two supports will escape.
Ulti on top of Magic Wand. They need to cut into backlines, find this IO, find the Chen, because they're providing too much heal.
They're going to try for Mind Control, but Weeha's going to be in with the counterplay. Gets the three-man stun, stand the coil. Puppey's in trouble. He's trying his best to duke it out. But Matumba Man comes in with the Chrono.
Get that IO.
Damage to get rid of the IO. The Hand of God comes out. GH is still alive, finally falls. They'll kill off the IO. He's gone for 30. Puppey buys back. He knows with the numbers advantage, Secret, they've got to try and push this fight. Zai, he's in trouble. The cookie save comes into play. Puppey will get Zai back up to the high ground. The Spyback keeping that Necrophos alive. Puppey from the high ground.
There's the E-Blade.
Shoot out the Mortimer. Nisha in with the E-Blade reveal. Goes towards Miracle. They cut him down. The Sven is gone. And now they'll go for Mind Control. Nigma, they've lost two. They're going to lose a third. The Bash is in play. Mind Control will fall. Miracle is watching from the sideline, but as close as he is to the base, there is a chance to get in. Bottom lane. A quick pick from Nisha and Yapzor as Weeha is grabbed and nuked down. Mid lane, Snapfire Cookie to set up as they'll look towards the Timbersaw. He is big, he is tanky. Matuma Man's in the neighborhood. See if they can really try and go for this. They'll start looking for some bashes. There's going to be a buyback from Weeha, in fact. Nigma, they want to fight this. This is into Chrono and Reaper's side, so they do have ways to take this fight Secret. They're committing with the God Strength. Miracle.
Look at Zai.
He's turning towards Zai. Will pop the Greaves. Ghost form as well. He's living.
He's just buying time.
He's trying to bait them in and set up for Matuma Man to come in with the Chrono. Now the BKB comes out. They'll commit with Sven onto Zai. Finally, they'll kill him. But they've used a lot. They've used buybacks, ultimates, BKBs just to kill Zai. They'll now find in the river Nisha. He is actually
he didn't get the morph off.
He didn't start shifting. He just said, kill me. He just snapped the coil and killed himself. Definitely a tier 3 to be back on the menu with this Morphling out of the game.
Once they pick up bounties, he's going to have enough for buyback, but it's only 15 seconds left, and he has Glyph ready. Double damage to Sven.
See what they can get done here. Snapfire Cookie in. They've got the Reaper's Dive. Have they got a heal to offset the damage? They do, but the Chrono Sphere comes through. They're focusing the IO. Mortimer's Kisses attempt on the backlines, but the Weeha's in. Able to stop it. Can they get GH in time? They cannot. GH will live. They'll turn their attention over towards Matuma Man. Nisha, waveforms across. Matthew will time walk away in time. Miracle pops the BKB, takes the tower. It's gone. As Nigma, they'll take the tier 3. They're ready to bail out. They don't want to try and push their luck for anything more. And he has become this threat that Nigma, they're starting to panic about.
Talk about the perfect item. Craggy Coat on Necrophos to mitigate that physical damage coming out from Sven. Coil, snap.
Only onto Yapso though. A bit of a weak initiation from Nigma as Zai just draws their attention away.
Please focus me, he says.
They'll kill him pretty quickly. Maybe they could get more. No, Weehar's been burst, and Matsu, he's found the perfect setup. The Chrono's down to the three of them. Do they have the damage to get rid of the eye? They're focusing GH down. The hand of God comes through. GH, he will live for now. Gets himself away. Nisha stays on top of them. The final burst isn't enough. Another tether across. GH will live. Duking them out. Finally, Matsu finishes the kill. BKB in a time walk to bring him back up to full HP. Miracle is going for the TP out, but the
there's the back.
There. They have the TP cancel as Miracle left behind. 3 down on Nigma. Make that a 4th. Secret run over the fight. It's a 3K lead now. And those hopes that Nigma had early to close this game up around that 25-minute mark that they've always looked to do so in this tournament, it's really drifting away. Secret, they have the lead. Just so hard for them to really get something going now that they're playing from behind. They'll go with the coil. But where is that follow-up? It snaps on Nisha. They'll force him back safely. A cookie.
That's
to
a
bring
level
Matsu
15.
back out. And down lane on the bottom.
Shortest timber chain in history.
Puppy, it's going to put a stop to it with the cookie. Extra yours control, buying time for the rest of Secret to come across here. Weehar's going to look to try and jump into the backlines. They do get the stun up, but already the BKB's there. Matsu holds his ground. They'll turn and see if they can get these kills, but the Reaper's Scythe won't be enough.
Jeez.
But this Sven is taking so much damage from Nisha. He's just too big on the morph. The right click hurts far too much for Nigma to deal with right now. As Secret, they just clean up with ease. Their lineup plays itself so much more nicely than the heroes that Nigma have here, as every single engagement just seems to be impossible for Nigma when Secret have the full 5-man mind control. He's got no escape. Kuro, he's out a little too far forward. Matsu's going to jump in. He's caught Kuro. He's caught Miracle. Over they go to the Sven. GH, has he got any safety to offer? Can he get him out in time? He cannot. Miracle dead for over 2 minutes. That was the chrono to end the game. Secret, they'll run down mid. The tier 4 will fall. Nisha standing
Popping
tall,
the mango.
holding them in the base, stealing the mangoes, killing off GH. At least trying to do the base. Oh, Nisha! Okay.
Killing himself, sorry about that one.
I don't know if this is going to matter, but Nisha does dive to the fountain. Secret, they are just focusing the base. I don't think Nigma's going to be able to push them off. Or are they a stolen dream coil from Yapsor is used, catching out the two of them. Kuro's going to be back up in 10. Zai's getting a little bit low. They do have the talent. They actually burst down Zai. Okay. Zai and Nisha buy back. Matsu desperately just trying to finish this game. He says, boys, stop clowning around. This game is ours. I'm hitting the Ancient, but he's actually not going to be able to do it.
Morphling is coming. He needs 5 seconds to be back in the base.
All right, Nisha, can he put an end to this? He can. Weehar's gone. Over towards the Ancient they go once more. Another jump in's there.
It's a playstyle that they were playing throughout this tournament, at least the last 3 days, and it's working out for them. They're looking very strong.
Straight off the bat, for Nigma, this looks sort of like a draft closer to what they've been so successful with, right? They have this life stealer this time round with the heroes. You can imagine Secret. Ooh, I say they're not going to be in too much trouble. But Zai, he's falling low here. Miracle and GH, they're just going to be able to roll up and take the kill against the 3 members of Secret. Zai, he's beginning to become quite the problem.
Level 10 talent, 225 extra HP plus hood on Zai, kept him alive. But they're going to get a kill. Is there a follow-up?
I mean, he's going to go for the lasso. Zai leading in with the Chakram. He's going to GH. GH, is he going to die in time? He will. They'll get the 2 supports. The Secret, they'll look to chase for more. They know Weehar's relatively low. Mind control's coming across. We'll be able to offer up a surge. Get him into safety. Great 2-man stun from Weehar. Holds back Zai and Nisha. And Weehar's able to run away. Tier 1 tower down to under half health as Secret standing their ground. Zai knows that he's pretty much an unkillable beast right now. Nisha trying to separate them. Spike Carapace will proc on him, but he's already able to get the lasso off, dragging GH out there, but GH still finds the opportunity to tether back to safety. Matuma Man commits with a Blade Fury though, finishes off the kill on Io, and now Secret can try and turn for more mind control. He's going to be the focus. Miracle commits with the Rage.
That's not the target.
He just cannot do any damage at all to Zai right now. They do not have the means to deal with this Timbersaw at this early stage with the lead that Zai's had. They're going across with the Timber Chain. Zai cuts down with the help of Matuma Man, one of them. The Omni Slash, it's a perfect set of bounces. Miracle's got to run. Ice Blast will be easily duped. The kind of look of it, they're going to sweep a little deeper. As you say, they know they've got to find someone quicker to kill than Zai on the front. They do find Puppy in the trees. Straight over they go. The AA's out of this. They now can turn towards Yapsor. Yapsor, he's stunned up. They start the fight with 2 support kills.
Grammarly does more than catch errors. With Grammarly, you can find really good, no, perfect words that make your writing sharp, or explicit, or excellent, or distinctive. As a matter of fact, for what it's worth, Grammarly can, yeah, that's long. We can get rid of that, and this, good, and this, or how about this? Grammarly helps you be concise. If your tone might make someone feel like this, Grammarly can remind you. It would help if you soften your tone. And if you need the support, Grammarly encourages you to write confidently. Because the better we all communicate, the better we connect. Grammarly, helping you connect. Go to Grammarly.com and download today.
Lầm vừa từng bóng vừa cạo dấu còn được.
Cẩn thận sướt mặt nha.
Dao cạo râu Gillette Cut bảo vệ mới với đầu dao linh hoạt và thanh trần an toàn, giúp cạo râu thật nhanh mà không lo chảy xước. Gillette Cut bảo vệ mới chỉ 15.000 đồng nhưng dùng được 2 tháng.
But already Wea's being focused. Nisha's in with the lasso. Will keep himself defensively safe with the Yules, and he'll turn and run. Matu straight down towards Kuro, chasing with the blade tree, but Kuro's out of there with the vendetta. Kuro can live, and Kuro, he turns with the last bit of health. He gets the stun off Matu. He's deep. Healing wards out. Have they got the damage to kill this junk? Matu's able to run. Nisha picks off Weha. Nisha, he's just cleaning up the back lines. Nigma will get the kill though on Matu. Matu's out of the game, but Nisha, he's still full HP and full trouble for Nigma. They've got to get rid of this bat. Surge up. Can they continue to chase Nisha with that Firefly? It's too elusive. They cannot stay on top of them.
Just ignoring Zai. I don't think you can do anything to this man.
Smoke time for Nigma. It's a tricky one. It is into this Aegis. But they know they've got to take risks. They're down. They have to look for the big plays, Nigma. They're over, but the sentry's there. Puppy's going to have vision. They're going to know that this is going to go down, but still, Puppy will be burst. Nothing he can do to keep himself alive, but maybe they can turn and take kills in return. Kuro, he does split, makes sure the Omni Slash is only soaked up by himself. There'll be a buyback as well from Kuro. The stun there on the 3. It's just perfect. Secret Matu is chasing him with the Blade Fury. Weeha's dead. He's not going to utilize his buyback. A quick relocate to the side does separate Miracle, but it's Nigma on the retreat. Another Yules here to hold back Mind Control as Mind Control is left behind. GH just focusing on trying to get Miracle out of there. He'll split, tether back across, the lift up from Yapso holds him in place. Miracle's still very tanky, but does he have the damage? He's trying to find the support. He's trying to find Yapso, and he does get the Ruby, but GH will fall. It's Miracle and Kuro against the 3 of them. With the rage ending, Miracle's got to play this fight smartly if he wants to have any attempt of getting one else. He does disarm the Jug, turns back over towards Nisha. Does still have a little bit of timing left on the DD. Rage is back up. He's trying to chase, but Nisha's into the trees. And with the rage about to end once more, he's just trying to escape. Another Yules control. Kuro, has he got any stun to save him with? He does not. They'll kill off the Lifestealer. Kuro's left alone. He brought back for this attempt. It's not going to be a success as Kuro's dead for a minute. Now, outside of the base, Nigma there. Trying to find something, but the lasso's there immediately. They've got to help Miracle. Miracle is out. GH will save him. Miracle will live for now. They'll turn their taste towards Kuro. Kuro will not be quite as fortunate. Nyx Assassin's dead. Mind Control attempts to surge away, but again, these Yules Scepters, as you mentioned, just ruining any attempts from Mind Control to play out of there. He does still have the Invis. On the Glimmer, vacuum onto 2, Matu immediately Blade Furies, stays on top of the target of Mind Control, will surge around once more. Who can they find? Zai gets nuked down low. Miracle's trying to finish off the kill, but Nisha finds Mind Control. They have got the Light Striker array onto the bat falling low, but the Firefly's still up, so he can get over the cliff, get away from Miracle. Miracle jumps into the safety of the Siege Creep. They tried to escape, but Matu is deep inside the base, on top of them all. Buybacks are coming out from Nigma, but they're hemorrhaging lives, losing heroes. What more can be done to stop the side as Secret? They do trip up Zai with the Spike Carapace.
Another one.
Zai, forced back. Can they save him, Secret? This is going to be a huge kill for Nigma, and they'll find it. They do manage to shake Secret up just a little bit.
Also, the kiting potential will be really hard to play against from Team Secret. You have this healing ward, you have a Force Staff. I also saw Zai queuing up one.
They're in. They're onto Weha. He brought back, so he's dead for 75. A long old time. GH is turned towards He's just going to split from the rest of his team, try and make sure the rest get out of there. In fact, they're already ignoring GH. They know that they don't need to kill the IO. They can win the game by closing up these kills on the other cores. Mind control, it's a nice 3-man vacuum wall, but that's all it is.
Batrider goes in, finds a target that used the buyback in the previous fight. Now they're gonna start attacking your Raxes.
They are. Enigma, what can they do to push this one back? 10 seconds, no Weeha, so a huge amount of D-push is gone. Looking to go in on a Miracle, pops the rage, but already GH just focused intently. The Ice
no
Bar
buyback on it.
Destroys the IO. Over they go to Mind Control. Infest will be there from Miracle to try and help out, but the stun catches them all. Over towards Kuro. Spike Carapace will save him. Weeha's back in the game. They're looking to try and take down the supports as Miracle commits with the rage.
They're forced
Heading
out.
over towards Puppey, gets the healing ward, but as soon as the rage ends, Miracle knows he has to retreat. Back over towards the rack. Secret continue to push. Weeha's found once more. A little too far forward. They just cannot deal with the pressure that Secret's applying. They'll lose off Kuro. As you know, Kuro's the only one left. But then again, there's not much they've got left here at all. Enigma, as Secret, they know that they can look to close down this game too. Onto the tier 4s they go.
Few heroes who have pretty much infinite armor. Timbersaw and the Juggernaut, nice combo.
And it's a good setup, but Yapsaw just makes the cute counterplay, the stolen impale thrown back in response. A second Rax will go down, no doubt about it. Enigma not yet to tap out. Maybe they want to give it one final attempt. Nisha is playing close to the fountain. We did see at the end of game 1, Nisha did die to the fountain, so maybe that's what Enigma's playing for again here. But I don't know if he's going to make that mistake once more here in game 2. As the second tier 4 starting to fall. Enigma, one final attempt, but the lasso's there. They've caught Miracle. Miracle, can he get a rage up in time? He cannot. The chain stuns are out. Enigma, they lose heroes, they lose the game. This one's over, done and dusted, as Secret will take the second game. Enigma, they just weren't able to get a foot in this time round. They had this draft. Enigma, they've got to bring something drastically different if they want to take a chance to hold on in the series.
Grand Finals, Team Secret, Team Enigma. And Team Secret is 2 games up in the series here in Tug of War Mad Moon.
Enigma, very much, I mean, this lineup, once again, it's something that can play very fast, Lacoste, isn't it? You're seeing this Flash,
sure.
this Beastmaster. There's a lot of tower push. Enigma, they're going to start this game with a bang. Puppey's found in the jungle, and Miracle will kick things off with a first blood. Rotation from Nisha, if he wants to use the whole perfect read of the movement of Kuro. Didn't need an X mark, didn't need a boat, gets him slap bang in the middle of the torrent, and now he has the X and the boat to look for mind control as well. He doesn't even need the boat. Nisha using the minimum, but that's all that's required. May even be tempted to try and go onto the Elder Titan if Puppey gets found alone. Miracle, he's going to head over and start to make a move towards him. And in the boost up, there's the Yule setup. They've got the item for the combos. Puppey taken away. Zai, he's got to think carefully about how he disengages. He does have a TP available, but with the OD coming in, he can't really straight up go for the TP.
It's also reload.
A little relocate to send them over. He'll turn towards Miracle, trying to stop any potential with the Yules, but there's still time for the Astral to come in. Miracle, the timing's there. Nisha, has he got the boat to send him to provide him some run? He's not even going to bother. Zai will be left to die. As now Enigma, they may even be able to catch another. The root catches onto Nisha. He's a little too far back. X mark onto Miracle to try and disrupt the combo, but already Weeha. He's across with the setup. Astral onto Yapsaw. Enigma, they should have another here. The boat comes flying across. Another Astral into a stun. Yapsaw will fall. Enigma, they're turning it up at the same speed that they were in game 1, and it's starting to be a little too much for Secret to deal with. Enigma, they're not even done yet. Up towards the tier 2 Puppey. He's attempting to come across, but they'll Astral him up, stop him from doing any sort of safety play for Nisha. Nisha will fall. Enigma, they're relentless. They ain't holding back yet. Puppey down as well. As Enigma, there's no stopping them. They'll let Kuro die. Maybe he can even mess around with them a bit more. He'll false promise himself. He should fall here, but buying time for the rest of Enigma to get out. Miracle did go down, so Secret are able to get a core in reaction to it. Or an Oracle trying to get in position, waiting for that time to use a false promise.
Oh, that's a big kill. He got the morph off.
He did get the shift. The rest of Enigma coming across, but Matsu is going to start running. Secret immediately heading over to help out their Morphling. They've got to get
please
it quick.
help me.
Matsu, and he's back up, and he is going to get it. Puppey's around. Astral setups there, though. Can Secret take a fight? Maybe they'll just sort of let Matsu go here. I think they know they cannot really save him. Matsu's falling low, or then maybe they can. False promise has to be used. He has waveform back up in time. Matsu will live. But Nigma, they're not stopping. They'll look to whoever's next closest to them, and it is Nisha. Setups there, another stun. They do have sanities available if Weehaw feels the necessity to pop it, and he won't need to for Nisha. Nisha is gone. Astral control. This Aghanim's allowing Weehaw to catch target after target as they'll take down Zai incredibly low, finishing him off, or maybe not.
Foreman,
they've got the nukes. Kuro, purifying flames time and time again. And Weehaw is heading in. Having that extra cast range with the Aghanims allows him for the setup. Yapsor is stepping forward. The second Astral once again. And a very useful timing gets him in the Astral during the boat, so there's no run buff for Nisha. He is vulnerable. A third Astral, they're closing in onto this Kunkka. Nisha's trying to run. Still not wanting to drop the ult, trying to take him down without it. Nisha will live for that. He's able to TP away as they don't commit the ult. They'll turn, they'll get Matu instead. All right, maybe not a Kunkka kill, but the Morph, they'll take that in turn.
Yeah.
And up to the high ground they go, 23 minutes in. No question about it, Nigma much more prepared to try and break the high ground this time. Nisha just watching from the tree line.
I mean, you have to try, you need to go, even though you don't have a clear target.
They're going to try and clear out the trees, they've got the setup. Yule's onto Nisha, Astral holding back the backup. A Secret, can they get any kills to start some sort of a defense? No, the BKB's out. There's the
Torrents are out.
Straight away, 2 cores gone. Make that 3. It's a triple kill for Wii. GG is called. This is not going to be a Secret 3-0 today. It's Nigma. They crushed game 3. We're coming into game 4 now of Nigma versus Secret. What a series we have had so far.
Yapsor gets the rune. 1, 2, 3 for Nigma.
Yeah, Nigma taking the advantage on the bounty rune pickups. May lose a hero though, as Yapsor, Matu and Puppey. They'll look towards Kuro. Kuro trying his best to run away. Yapsor, I believe, still with the spell ready to pop, and there it is. Tossed back into first blood for Matu.
Easy Agi.
That's mid lane, Nisha. It's going to be wrapped around on GH, coming in for a very early movement. Gets in with the crush. Has the bash too. A good amount of damage building up on the static link. These body blocks as well from GH. The slow from the plasma field, that'll do it. Yep. GH swimming across to the mid lane for an early movement that catches Nisha off guard. You see it on the net worth. It really is the state of the game at the moment where Nigma, they just have these 2 cores in a dream spot. Matu, he's in a great place. But there's 2 cores of Secret that have a lot of catching up to do. Both Nisha and Zai. Zai is sat bottom net worth right now as this Darkseer. Matu does continue the killing spree up top. We see them get the pick off back towards mid. Weehaw also diving in again, able to kill off Nisha. It's just, can Matu do enough this game to rectify the faults that Nisha and Zai have?
They're
he has
relying
2
on
cores that are useless. Matu has got to carry this game harder than he's ever carried before.
1 more hit will do the trick.
Looking to enable some action. This time Zai also joining the 2 supports to help out Matu find more blood down on the bottom half of the map. Yapsor looking for the lead and he surged forward, gets the chance for the toss back. They'll catch out GH. Another kill fed into the mouth of Slark. 6-0-3. They'll smoke up and look to try and get a kill before returning.
Huge wave approaching on the bottom lane,
Zai,
but you can't really leave.
He stepped a little too close. The initial crush is there, and that's all that's needed to take out Zai. He'll be Yulesed up. Surge does not save him at this point of the game in any sort of way. Nisha's farm, it is going to overtake. They may find a perfect setup onto him, though. They've headed over to this half of the map where Nisha has been getting away with quite a lot for quite some time. The link's there onto Nisha. See the wraparound from the start, trying to get on top of the support. Matu's been separated from the squad, pounces down and TP's out. He'll make it away, but Puppey, Yapsor, Nisha, they're still caught in the fight. Chase back, jump forward, Yapsor finds the combo, but the burst heals there, and Miracle can now turn onto Nisha. False promise from Puppey will save him, but Puppey, he'll lose his life for this as GH bashes him up. Nisha is able to get the TP out in time.
They only got...
Oh! It wasn't enough heal in the fountain.
First, so any kind of a healing is used just to keep himself alive.
Ace
is gone.
They weren't able to hold mid. Can Secret do anything to put a stop to this speed that Nigma's playing at? Matu, he's looking to try and gain from the backline. Yapsor jumps in, looks to combo down Kuro. Matu's on target, but the Ogre Frost Armor is keeping Kuro tanky. Shadow Dance has been committed early. It comes to an end. Have they got the change done? Matu's surrounded. Will be able to pounce out of safety. Nisha gets in, finally finishes off Kuro. They've got the support kill, but Nisha, they've got to get him out to safety. The first force will separate him.
Where is it?
He pops the ult, but he's been surrounded. They have the kite potential. They can stun him up, lock him down. Nisha will surely fall as the ult ends. A final Yules up into the air, throws him down to his death. death as Nigma, they'll up to the high ground. Matu will be kept alive just in time with the false promise. Will get back to base, but there's no safety for Zai. Zai to fall. GH over towards this Oracle. It's crumbling for Secret. It's falling apart. They need something incredible right now, and Yapsor
That's the back toss they needed.
They get the catch on Weeha. What more can they go for? Miracle, he's still not done. He's just diving in straight.
He's out of mana, but
Tiny.
21 charges.
Matu, he's draining the remainder of that mana, but he's caught in the pit. Matu's just dead. A triple kill for Miracle as Nigma, they are going nowhere. They're staying deep inside Secret space. But the BKB's up on Weeha. Forward he goes straight away, looking at Matu now with the lifestealer inside, and they do want to reset. Nigma, they're going to respect Secret. Makes it so hard for Secret to really get any sort of fight in. They're going to try for the wraparound, catch someone on the back lines. In they come. There's the vacuum wall combination down onto Mind Control and Kuro. But they're seemingly just still too tanky. BKB popped by Weeha as he gets him with the static link onto Nisha. Miracle just forcing Zai away, but Zai is stuck in the trees. He'll turn over towards Puppey, makes sure there's no safety to offer. They've lost Nisha. They've lost Yapsor. It's a double kill for Miracle. They're going to tap out right now. GG is called, and Lacoste, we are getting that game 5.
And that's what we wanted.
Time, ladies and gentlemen, to get into that game 5. And I can't wait, Lacoste. Sort of being chased around by Puppey. Puppey.
Nicely done. He cancels the creep wave pool that he tried to go for. Now creeps will scatter around. Maybe the tower will kill them.
Got the slow. That'll be first blood.
Time walks and gets a bash proc.
GH taking quite a beating it, as he'll try and dodge this one out, but the stacks of poison are coming in. Not quite enough to burst him, but the right click will finish it. These mistakes very costly as Secret continue to fall further and further behind. Bottom lane, Stampede used Nigma. They know that with their advantage, they don't need to save the Stampede for defensive means. They can continue to play as offensively as they have been in the last 2 games to make sure that they can do their best to ensure that Secret struggle to get ahead anywhere in the lane.
Javelin proc.
Spike Carapace comes out. Zai needs a couple more right clicks. Puppey.
No points in 3 grab at the moment.
Let's see what they can do. Let's see if any TPs come in for Nigma immediately as soon as Nisha shows. Triple TPs are coming into play. Secret, they've got to really think about if they want to hang around for this one, as Nigma are going to be more than happy to fight this. Disruption will hold back one of them, GH and Mind Control chase on forward. Matu, he's trying to go for the kill on Centaur, but he hasn't got the damage at this stage of the game. We are charging in, looking for some sort of a setup in the trees. They've stunned up Matu. Matu is falling low. They do get the kill onto Mind Control, but Miracle's over. Looking for the bash, won't find it onto Matuma, but it doesn't matter. The AoE damage from Weeha, it's too much for him to deal with at this moment in time. Double kill for the Lightning Pony, and will finally pop Puppey, able to lay down the poison, get the kill. It's 2 for 2 right now, but Nigma's not finished.
It's the 5th game, and it's a 5K net lead for Nigma at the moment.
Look at Miracle. The chrono, as soon as it's back, he lays it down and claims another life, even without sort of the big timings of the Chronosphere because of how far ahead they are right now. Mid lane, setups there from GH. They've found Nisha, Splinter Blast combo, brings him down low. Weehar's going to go straight towards him. Puppey's trying to get in close. A toss back will throw GH back, but they can still move in. The Mortimer's Kisses will begin to rain down from afar to try and turn things around, but Yapsor stops, but he needs to cookie up Nisha and will manage to save him. Tiny will live. Zai rolls forward, but Weeha is juking it up. Nisha's looking for Miracle. Miracle, he's got Chrono in 5 seconds. They have to be aware of this timing secret as Miracle will be ready to turn. They get Zai. Zai overcommitted, could not finish up.
There's the Chrono.
There he goes. There's the Chrono as Nigma, they're ready to turn this into even more bloodshed for Secret. 2 dead. Puppey is attempting to run. Do they want to go further? They'll play it cool, Nigma. They're more than happy with killing off 2 cores of Secret once again. We're back here once again, this 12-minute timing where Nigma's taking down tier 2 towers. Secret, they're going to come in with the TPs, but Weeha times it perfectly. They'll follow up with a Who Stomp. Defensive disruption, trying to hold back Mind Control and save Nisha. They'll go in with the Swashbuckle. They'll bring down the Centaur. On the side, Puppey will fall. GH focuses down the Shadow Demon. A TP out comes into play. The cookie, not quite in time.
Also, Pangolier, his ultis needs to be on point. GH with the godlike stun.
It couldn't be any better than that. Could not be any better than that. Secret, if anything, they've just got to try and play towards maybe hoping that Nigma make mistakes. As in the river. Opening onto GH, Call Embrace, gives them a little bit of safety. They've also got the Curse. So the remainder of their Rolling Thunder will be put to an end. They could turn and they'll just kill off Zai. Rage is popped from Matuma Man as it has to be a Rage and a runaway. As he is not ready to fight. He's got to leave this area. They're chasing though. A Yours
Cookie interrupted.
Mid-Cookie. puts a stop to the digestive system or the whole system of Yapzor. He's just dead and gone. There'll be a buyback from the Snapfire. They're trying their best to turn this. Can they get anything out of this? They'll look towards Weeha. Weeha's on the run. Cold Embrace heals him up.
There's
They
the
have
kiss.
the magical damage. The kisses will do it. And now they'll turn to giving a kiss to Kuro as well. Double kill for Yapzor.
Now there's a Blink Dagger on Tiny, but who do you play with?
Over to mid, and Weeha is a little separated from the rest of his team. An opportunity for Secret arises. And they do it. Cold Embrace is going to come out. Zai opting to swashbuckle here for more as they do look for something greater than one hero. They'll get two. Coming to some sort of incredible leads that we have seen from Miracle. When he gets these heroes where they are able to, as a team, secure and free farm, he just gets leaps and bounds ahead of anybody else in the game.
10-second BKB on him. He's not afraid with the Aegis on top of that. Also Wyvern in the backline.
They're going to try the setup. They do manage to bring Lesh down rather low, but Nisha, they gets turned on immediately. Disruption will save him for now. The Mortimer's Kiss is raining down, but Miracle commits
Not
with the
getting
BKB.
anything.
Stays on top of Nisha. Nisha trying to run a cookie will separate him, but Miracle chases on forward with the Time Warp. There you have the mech heal. Nisha still juking. Miracle won't be able to finish the kill. He's got to get back out of there. They'll look to try and settle towards taking Puppey down instead. Who Stomp connects from Mind Control. In they go. Nisha once more with the Avalanche trying to stop them. Puppey buys back immediately, but Nisha will fall. He's dead for 45 and does not have buyback on the Tiny. And they're going to have this Rax. Melee Rax down. Nigma taking objectives even when they don't have the Chronosphere. They're that far ahead right
what
now.
a stun! They found Zai.
They have Zai's game. It's being hit so hard. He will live. Oh, well, the
Wrong
cookie.
way.
Oh, no. That's a cookie gone wrong. Zai, he's too close. Oh, no. Yapzor tried his best, but Zai just wasn't facing the right direction.
They have no damage.
And Chronosphere's back up. Miracle's more than ready to go if he sees an opportunity, and there it is. Straight in with a three-man Chrono over towards Yapzor, looking for the easy kill to start things as that's Granny gone. Over to Lifestealer, no buyback on the Timmerman. They look towards Nisha. Nisha's down and out, both course without buyback. As Nigma 20k ahead here in Game 5. They're looking at tier 4s. They're looking to force Secret into submission. A Snapfire ult to come out, trying to slow things. Can Secret bring them back? They cannot. GG is called. Nigma take Game 5, and with that, the series, the championship title, Team Nigma has done in the corner.
Let's get this grand final started.
You look at Nigma's lineup, they have like no stuns. You're just gonna run away.
Oh, they go with the Alchemist.
Okay.
It's low damage.
Close.
Is it enough with the burn? 2 hours, 11, 6 HP.
Calculated. Wow, that was ballsy not to salve there.
Now Mind Control, he'll be the first blood up on top lane. And goodbye tier 1. Abaddon is actually on the bottom lane, so Kuro, he does have level 6. He does actually have that ability to trigger up the ultimate. He was holding it for as long as he possibly could, and now more support's on the way. Flywind still trying to stay with the fight, but Weeha, now he'll go for this. The Stampede is out, the disarm back. GHG gets the pickup, throwing back the Centaur. They can't get the distance. Kuro still barely alive. Flywind makes a break for the tree line, begins his TP up, and he one more attack, and they've got it from Weeha. Like, it feels like they're not able to control the tempo anymore. Like, they're a little bit reactionary. Lost tier 1 tower. Weeha is getting more aggressive. Like, Flywind, even if he escapes from this one, SD's rotating bottom. They're bringing 4 heroes down. In fact, Fly doesn't even get himself out of here.
The
Monet's moved over. Kuro needs to give him the shield, protecting Weeha as much as he can, even with the miscoil. Weeha jumping in over on Illusion. The OD hammer drops.
He might be healing too much.
Yeah, he is. Weeha still coming back up again, but there's still enough damage. He's toggling his way through this one. Weeha, Kuro's giving him more life. They just keep going. Another jump in as he got the inner fire. GH staying with him.
He's just
and
healing
now
while he's in the
hot from GH. He steals the Astral. He can remove the Drow Ranger so we can focus on Super. Now they turn their attention back over to Osensu. Weeha, a double bloody fucking kill. Nigma actually pushed back RNG.
Grove Bow is a nice item to be picking up for this Dire lineup. Looks like they're trying to make something happen on the Mind Control Omni Knight top. One of the reasons I love this hero as an offlaner is not only is he a good team fighter, but he's also really hard to gank. But they have brought, I believe, the necessary resources to do so.
Well, that is one very dead Mind Control. They'll make him work for it. As mid tower will be the trade-off. You get the kill on the Omni Knight. There's a Blink Dagger that got picked up by the Alchemist. So you get your aggressive concoction jump forward, even the level 10 talent. Lowering it.
I really do believe the best defense against a Drow is a good offense. I know that's kind of like a cliche, but...
Does this feel like such bait? Kuro's hanging by. Here comes your Blink Dagger reveal. Miracle's ready to go for the jump. He gets in right on top of Setsu. They push him back. The Overgrowth will create some space, and Weeha hit by the hammer. He is brought down thanks to the extra Feybolt. Miracle shielded up, but he's losing his own life. Enigma, maybe they bit off a lot more than they could chew. As Kuro is surrounded by 5 heroes, RNG brought all the reinforcements, and I guarantee you Kuro is dead. The tower, more living armor, and no creep wave. They'll even burn the fortification, but they keep the fortification to the radiant side up, but of course the timing's a little bit off. Miracle gets a jump over towards Monet, Flywind. Nice dodge. Oh man, Miracle just walks away from the Hoofstorm. GH out with a pickup, dragging back the Centaur. He's still waiting, and now jump forward. Mind Control, what have you got? You got OD. The GA has to be burned, but the hammer doesn't care anything about that. Mind Control is already dead. Defensive imprisonment coming out. Miracle breaking free pretty quickly. Kuro losing his life, goes up the hill. Didn't have borrowed time available, while Miracle can get himself a double stun. 4 heroes, 5 heroes stand together as RNG and GH. He was coming over. He had Astral available.
They might be able to get Huskar if they look.
They're thinking about it. They want to finish off the Rubik to begin with. September's making the run through the tree line, and now Overgrowth over towards Weeha. Weeha then starts jumping forward towards September.
This is their time. It never gets easier. No Alchemist ultimate.
Yeah, Chemical Rage on cooldown for a while. Flywind jumps in, gets the double stun. Weeha as well as Miracle, the 2 cores having a hard time. Roshan down to 25% now, make it even lower than that. Flywind's just keeping information. Miracle imprisoned up. He'll come out and throw that instant concoction. And who's he going to get? He actually is Flywind. Flywind actually snatches the Aegis Immortal, ready to get the kill over on Roshan, but who's really going to come out this one? Flywind's just going to have the Aegis Immortal crack, but Monet and Setsu sitting in the back lines, continuously building up more and more. That hammer, it hasn't dropped just yet, and now maybe it's the time. Everyone's grouped up, all 5 together, and September, he's trying to keep them under control, but the range damage, no, the Hoofstorm, not exactly where they want it. Weeha's pushed far enough away. Miracle ready for another concoction done. On Setsu for the Lincoln Sphere, it absorbs it. Weeha gets smashed by the hammer. A quick push away. GH silence. He's trying to get himself up the hill, but it won't happen. He can't get far enough away as Flywind keeps the chase going. Over towards Kuro to hit a double stun. Miracle and Kuro both being caught out. Buybacks are available, but at this point, you're just trying to get out with what you've got. Enigma, they'll have 1 hero, Mind Control. That's all they've got. And with Kuro's borrowed time, the only reason he's still alive now. Back under their Obs and Sentry. Hoofstorm forward. Weeha pushing back Flywind. With that inner fire, GH, well, not exactly what he was searching for either. Banishment, broken free. Banishment, broken free. And now a pickup, throw him back, but the damage onto Weeha so damn high. He has to jump now onto the Centaur for the GA. Wow, that's really, really late. Enigma trying to retreat back out, but now we go once again with the banishments. Kuro is down. Mind Control forced up and away. But RNG want to keep going. The Hoofstorm catches him just on the edge. Buyback comes in from Huskar. As RNG move through the top into the middle, they get the kill on Mind Control. Also buyback, but Miracle dying on the front lines. They're going to commit, what, 4 buybacks to try and defend this? Monet's already got himself a triple kill, and it feels like all the damage of Enigma is very inadequate. Retreat back out. Life breaks on cooldown for another 2 seconds, but GH got the banishment. That'll last for a good 1 hour as we are. Another jump forward going towards Setsu. Able to disarm on the back lines. Flywind won't be got stolen this time around. Sakuga Hoofstorm if GH can get to the front lines, but we are hit by the meme hammer and all the orbs from Setsu. How much int has he got? Monet wants to keep going as well. BKB from Miracle is going to wear off in a second. And RNG ready to keep on going, beating into these tier 4 towers. It feels like the last roll of the dice for Enigma. Hoping it doesn't come up Snake Eyes. As they're right on top of the fountain. The jump in, GH gets a double stun. Miracle, where's his follow-up? He's actually just standing there and dying. That's all he can really achieve for his team. SD is the only one to really die. Mind Control will fall, and RNG are just finishing the job. Miracle pushed away by Monet. The damage is back online, and GG. RNG waited out the timing window. And then they slammed it shut in Enigma's face.
RNG snap pick a Queen of Pain, so they get a lot of AoE damage against the PL illusions with Sonic Wave, with Scream.
Nah, he's still got 6 stacks of sticky napalm on him, Flywind. Break's gonna burn pretty damn hard, and
I wonder where he dropped it.
It was in the side camp. Right now you've got ES coming down with a blink echo slam, but doesn't find the exact target, but gets a hell of a lot of rotations coming in behind. He still has Fissure, going to keep Monet down inside the river while September thinks about going in deeper. He got the Infernal Blade off, so at least the ES will end up going down. Miracle jumping further back, but Setsu losing life so quickly. Miracle needs another jump, another escape away. Doppelganger will give him exactly that, while Weeha trying to line up. Flywim just wants to TP away to safety. Has he got the life to survive long enough? No, he doesn't. Kuro will get the double kill, and RNG have 4 heroes pushing up the daisies.
It just seems so much easier to play Nigma's draft at the current moment. Lack of mobility coming out from RNG. They are trying to get something done, though.
He's getting the information as much as he possibly can. The lasso's out over Monet. Shackle flies forward, but Monet just rages up with the open wound. So much life coming back in. Your Scepter up and towards the air. Weeha hits the deck. The Doom is over on We2. Miracle, the Sonic Wave. That's huge. Hitting through Nigma. Mind Control will be saved by his ultimate. Miracle, however, saved by GH. A huge jump in. A 2-man Fissure. A follow-up hit. Flywin needs a little bit of extra help. A push out. Miracle able to doppelganger himself away. Which one's the real one? Mind Control finally falling down. Setsu blinks forward. He wants the big hero with a Yule Scepter and Scream. It'll be enough to kill off Miracle. RNG, now the synergy comes as a 5-man unit. They saw the Rubik moving. At this point, you kind of take whatever kill you can. You just don't want to have to commit something as big as the Echo Slam for it, but this will be nicer. Flywin totally isolated. The rest of his team is coming. Kuro wants to drag him down the hill. Weeha with a focus fire. Flywin does fall very quickly. Monet keeping the chase going before stuffs. And the Aphotic Shields is allowing a disengage while Miracle holds up. He charged forward in September, but there's your Echo Slam. Monet in September, both being caught. I remember there's no rage available. Monet shackled to the dead corpse of September. Oh, that is problematic to say the least.
Maelstrom, Halberd, Mjolnir, almost every single game.
Queen, you are in a bit of trouble. That Blink Echo Slam is ready to go. Smoke right behind a GH, however, trying to do the old-fashioned way. The shackle shot on Setsu, but Weeha needs to finish the job. Defensive Yule Scepter up and towards the air, and now it's Weeha, doomed up. Miracle will arrive, and where is your big dunk? It never came. They didn't just want the kill and getting the hell out of there. Now they lose Wind Ranger, and Flywin, yep, he has a life stealer inside. Mind Control needs to keep the run going. The Fissure, a nice double stop for him. Setsu keeping up, however, and Mind Control moves over. He can't deny himself, so he's dead, but he takes the attention. Smoke up and fight. Nigma won it. In fact, they just won Roshan.
Polar Crest also doing the minus armor.
With that infest, it's like, Setsu, are you going in? No, I'm not. All right, I guess I'll jump back out again.
I think it's so he doesn't get initiated onto when he doesn't have rage.
Oh, Miracle. They break the Lincoln Sphere. Monet protected by Doombringer's Lotus Orb. That's why he can stand the front lines. Even a Aphotic Shield now in the hands of Rubik. So a lot of saves that RNG have to work with. And Nigma know they've been really tried and tested, pushing these high grounds in the mid game. So they're trying to be safe about this. Miracle is the only one. And Miracle, and Miracle, and Miracle. All of his illusions working to kill it off. Now the shackle shot. It's good. Lasso from Kuro. Rubik's not in range. Flywin's pulled back so far, but September's going to stick with it. He'll get the Doom off, and it's over on Weeha. Weeha also triggered his BKB. So Setsu in September trying to stick with him for the moment. Sonic Wave, it'll finish the job. But meanwhile, back in base, it's the Miracle Show. Flywin, he's actually still not dead. It's Rubik who'll get the pickup. There needs to be a little extra help. Mind Control trying to help him out. The Echo Slam! GH will arrive. He hits the 2 cores, but not that much damage. Miracle still needs to escape from this. 3 seconds before he's got the jump. He'll have to burn the Aegis to the Immortal. Mind Control and Kuro are nearby. I'm not quite certain what they can really do. The pit's already down, and Miracle needs a doppelganger. He needs something. The Fissure from Super allowed the chain stuns, and Miracle will fall.
A Shadow Blade. So people have been using it on Disruptor a lot. You know, they were talking about on the panel one time that it wasn't very good on support. Putting it on supports exclusively.
Look at him go for it. Kuro needs to get the hell out of there. The pit once again is able to trigger in time. Very fast jumps, and GH, he was nearby, but he cannot help. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Mind Control, movement speed, trying to break it through the tree line. Monet, Setsu, and Flywin all on the tail. GH thinks about helping out. One quick force up gets him a little bit closer. Fissure may need to commit the shackle, or he breaks the Lincoln Sphere. Setsu will BKB up. Mind Control. Borrowed time has already been triggered. Buyback coming in from the bat right. Needs some kind of counter. Miracle, he jumped into the back lines, and he needs a little extra help to keep the fight going. And the lasso, Kuro trying to clip. Who's he clip? Super? Put him up on the hill. I guess that'll work. For the moment, Buyback now in from the Underlord. A TP on the way out. Anyone have a stun? Flame break. Oh man, the damage. They still can't even kill him. But the chase continues further towards the south, but another TP out, and the BKB protects him. Another look in towards Roshan. This will be the perfect time for Nigma. And there it is. They know it's up. They've got to be quick. This is now 3rd Roshan. We'll have either the Aegis or the Refresher. If you can see that drop inside that massive PLs, win yourself some money. Blink forward, almost getting the hit over on the ES, but the Doombringer low sword protecting BKB Setsu still there on the front lines. Abaddon, borrow time will trigger. The Doombringer's going on Sonic Wave. The fear, he can't finish the job, and he gets the Doom over on the PL. Found the real one out of all of the illusions. Wind Ranger battling from the hillside, but the damage feels so negligible. Once again, Nigma now have to buy back on a core. The fifth block over on the Underlord, caught on the wrong side. The lasso, but Setsu blinks in, trying to stay here with his core. The Miracle back to fight in the Echo Slam. Protected for the moment. They finally get through the Underlord. He's dead for doomed. It's Weeha trying to focus down Monet, but he's losing his support heroes. Abaddon, as well as Batrider and ES, all falling down. Miracle, stun control for the moment. He needs some time to get himself out of here. 1 second before Doppelganger is available, and Miracle is down for 2 minutes. A triple kill for Monet. Weeha moving over the Spider Legs. Hell, the Fissure buys some more time. I think he wants to try and power shot down Super. September chasing him, but the Yule Scepter from Setsu. Weeha will also die to the Scream.
Wasn't already in base. You're sure that he is now.
Team Nigma are not back at base in time. Mass TPs are coming in now. GH quickly into the Shadow Blade. Monet, they need to try and break something on him, but remember, he's still got their second life. The pit's being dropped down. Monet shackled. It will be sent back towards Weeha, but nothing will catch on him. Kuro found for back line. Says he wants to jump into. Gets a silence over on Kuro. Where is Yakko? No, they all get screamed away. Running in fear. Batrider is already down. Another quick shackle. This one catches Monet as well as Setsu. GH, he still wants his moment, and there is his moment. He jumps in for the big hit, but it's still not enough. They just regenerate and keep on fighting. Royal never have to give up because they're going to take this game from Team Nigma. They're running into their base.
I love this buyback by Doom, knowing that they don't have buybacks on the two supports from Nigma.
What is
It's time to win, baby.
Maybe they can catch Super. Okay. That's probably the easiest target in the back line.
Prince Knife.
Hex him up, jump him forward. Setsu looking for his own target over towards Weeha. RNG, we're looking for the second lane of Brack. Setsu, the defensive Yule Scepter up towards the arrows. There's your Abyssal Blade jump forward. Monet going up to Weeha. The pit's just so damn good, and so is the Sonic Wave. And it looks like Fly wants to take everyone back out of here. They're just trying to get some of these outposts, even though it's a little early. There's your Rapier.
For your illusion, just because you're against Underlord, they are looking to make this happen.
Oh, they're underneath the Observer Ward. They're turning around.
They see Doom
bring on the front line. They're going to Abyssal Blade him up. Can they get rid of the Doom in time? Yes, they can. And he's got no buyback available. The Sonic Wave very ineffective. Kuro will still go down. He'll buy back himself into the game. But huge BKB's already triggered from RNG, and that's why you're seeing a home delivery system. Miracle charges back into the pit. There's your buyback out from the Rubik. Miracle just wants to rip apart that tier 3 tower. Quick doppelganger away. Wait out the pit and then come in again, but remember, they still want a lane of racks. That'll be nicer. Shackle, latches on Flywin, looking for Kuro's initiation target. Setsu, Fissure locked up, but they're going to try on this Underlord, try and bring him down while there's still no Doom. The BKBs are already back off cooldown, going once again, but they're going to wear off. Look for GH, he's sitting on the sidelines, ready for his jump. There he goes, look at his Setsu for Super. He'll get the pickup, throwing it back down again with the Sonic Wave. GH pushed and thrown around, trying to flicker his way out to safety, but still caught inside the pit. But Monet's having the harder time, being completely burned out of mana. Kuro heads to the back line. Setsu just trying to get rid of these Miracles coming in fast again to save his captain, and it will be Setsu falling, but buybacks are available. Thick and fast they come from both sides, even the BTs on the ES again to the front lines.
No cooldown on your Phantom Rush.
Enjoy this, Rubik. The sacrificial lamb, that's a Silver Edge hitting out, but then again, mind control, the front liner, GH gets his first stun, still no Ekosem available. Kuro, he's actually doomed in the back line, but huge shackle. September and Super both being caught, but no one else can actually get there. Weeha is isolated. He's going to BKB and run into Roshan. At least he can see the guy, but Spineless, he walks away from the Sonic Wave. He'll still get doomed up and killed off. Nothing will stop that, but buybacks are available, and now Team Nigma will bankroll their way into this fight once again. Echo Slam is available. I cannot believe Kuro survived through that.
What?
Setsu! What are you doing?
Is that Weehaw playing Queen of Pains?
I am uncertain. Not have Doom. He literally is missing a key part of his name.
He's really lost his identity in 2022.
He has. Shackle's trying to go off. Mind control's beating into the tier 3 tower, but it's in the mid lane where the pressure is on. Miracle jumped in through the top, already took the tower. Kuro couldn't keep the lasso up, however, but they just keep running forward towards the Doom. Already down to 1/3 of his HP. And Infest into a melee creep. That's not really what Lifestealer was probably searching for, but at least it moves a little faster. Mind Control's taking the bottom lane of Rax all by himself. Royal never give up. Don't know what to look to. And maybe they will actually have to give up at this rate of the game. You can pick him up, but you're so heavily split. You've lost your top lane of Rax. The attention of the rest of the Team Nigma move towards the mid. Mind Control's like, please come at me, bro. I still have my ultimate available. Mid Rax is now totally gone. Doom will end up falling down, and the pressure just keeps piling up. Buyback comes down from the the Doom. Still doesn't have that ultimate available as Miracle setting up Flywind. This feels a lot easier to kill him up, especially when Weehaw is focused firing down Super. But Weehaw losing his own life. Don't worry for the second one where that came from. The pit is down. Miracle controlled for the moment. You'll have your Queen of Pain back up in 1 second time. And Team Nigma just want to get the hell out of there. Queen of Pain TPing to the front. 3, 2, 1.
Happy New Year!
Woo!
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 70 minutes.
Yeah, Merry Christmas! Second time around here in Ukraine. The Stygian Desolator is now up for the win, Ranger. Lotus Orb's already out. They're going to hex him up pretty quickly. Luckily, Lotus Orb doesn't reflect the item effect. The rest of Team Nigma's looking for their opportunity, and there it is. Apex is over on the Queen of Pain, and the jump forward. That's really problematic. Kuro in a lot of trouble. The BKB protected for a little bit longer. The rage will now wear off. Remember, you've still got a double Echo Slam from GH.
78 minutes into the game.
Well, this is what we need. Like, there's no other safer place to go. It's the one place where Nigma don't want to go. It's like the opposite side of the map. Now, and they run forward. The initiation already over on Line Till, down to 50%. They got the lasso as well. Monet's in a hell of a lot of trouble. He'll have his buyback available. May as well commit it right now, unless there's some level of defense. Team Nigma, they're coming into the base. Wait for the optimal time. A pickup from Rubik. They'll drag back the PL. And a Solon lasso. They can actually hold him in position. Try and bring him all the way back towards
That's a Rapio on the deck.
That will be
no, sorry,
worse.
that's an
He's got the Aegis theme all. They still took the Roshan. And maybe he'll come back to life. A quick fissure. And the Echo Slam. Number 1, number 2. Let the ripples wobble. They're going to keep pushing in deeper, but the buyback comes thick and fast from RNG, looking for their primary target over on the side. At this point, it's only the Rubik that they're focusing down on. The Sonic Waves, can RNG actually repel? Mind Control's not too healthy. Weeha's fighting on the back line, but it's Miracle, the one-man show on the front lines. He's down to 50%. They can't get any closer, however. Always being just pushed away, never ending. Miracle is get trapped. Monet jumping forward, but Miracle just doppelgangers himself away to safety. He has that 30 up, so every single thing is unlocked on this hero. And wants to keep the battle going further towards Flywind, running a little bit lower on mana. Kuro, now the jump comes in. Monet finds his target. Kuro down for 2 minutes, no buyback available from him. The toss up is going to be GH, looking for his own quick little dunk. Flywind still that heavy tank on the front lines. Let everything die, let the damage increase. The tier 4 towers, they burn through it. Fortification is up, and they're buying a little bit of extra time. Miracle, Monet trying to bring him down. Miracle down to 20%. Now he's actually gaining his life back again. The Sonic Wave screaming everybody back once more as another buyback comes thick and fast. Underlord's back into the pit. He throws it down. They get the control. Ending the spree of GH. He's got his buyback available, and BD's get back to front lines, but they're going to catch up Miracle. Are they going to buy back? Miracle nullified up. He can't jump himself away as he can. Nader style. Doppelganger. He'll get himself down the hill and far away. But the stun. Monet chases him back out again. Mind Control's trying to help him. Weehaw as well with the pit. It catches both by Weehaw as well as Mind Control, but Miracle. He's still Ray Boss, but Ray Boss is not down. Repeat, he is not down. They need to keep on fighting. Miracle heads up once more. Sends him Monet fly. They just want to kill him down. The Mind Control keeps alive, but Miracle back to 100% HP. GH flying in for the Jordan. One have a track over at Monet. Weehaw will help him out. Sensu still fighting outside the base. He needs to get back in the shackle onto Monet. He can't get away. GH the Yule Scepter. Super trying to create a little bit of extra space. Still only Life Stealer. The big core who's not back yet, but Super gets mopped up as well.
Fallen Sky, sick plays. You know, that's not the only disappointment I got from that game. If you like watching Dota, that's primetime stuff, man. That was an honor of a game to cast.
RNG, they've got Storm Jumper, they've got the Disruptor.
As well as the health pool, obviously.
It's still no first blood, 3 minutes into the game. Everyone being as defensive as they can, apart from Kuro's early harassment. Flywind, that press the attack is not... Oh, actually, is it looking for Kuro? Yeah, you're going to glimpse it back over. Miracle have to do something else here. As Kuro, back underneath the tier 1 tower, Flywind has the overwhelming odds, thanks to Mango. Up he comes as Doppelganger jump forward from Miracle with the lance. We'll get a rebuttal. The first blood still does go the way of Flywind, while Setsu and Weehaw having their own little bit of a battle. And Weehaw, the damage from Refraction combining with the meld. Does he hit up? Oh, no! He misses uphill. He may need another one. As Setsu miss uphill again.
If he missed it again, man, I'm calling the lottery and buying a ticket for Storm Spirit on the mid lane as well as the bottom lane there. Kind of just have to accept your death on Legion.
Oh, now, oh my god, Monet. Magic Missile from Super actually saving Monet, but GH's movement speed, one more punch. Hits so damn hard. Love to see the numbers, and now into Super. GH hits him with the phone book. Call a friend. If you can clean up the PL illusions, you can find the real one pretty quickly. GH, all right, here we go again. Who was hitting who? He can actually dive this. One more attack, Spirit out again. He needs to keep the buff up. One more hit and he gets a GH. Oh, Mone's life goes from bad to worse, but the duel is out.
Who's winning
GH
this?
is still actually hitting so damn hard. He'll end up surviving. One more attack would do it, but Super will have to finish the job.
I really think on the side of Nigma, you just ignore in terms of itemization the Drow. The PL's going to take care of her naturally with his kid, so just make sure you remove like the Storm Spirit Legion Commander combo from this equation, and I think you're good to go as this game goes on. I'm curious to see how they end up itemizing. This is one of the big kills I was talking about Storm Spirit being a part of, and they do manage to barely bring him down. Goes on to GH.
Doom. Mind control gets the Doom off. Super's nearby. Monet able to hit from up on the hillside. The Stomp, he actually stopped him from the other side of the map. So Sensu is ticking down for the moment, but that long range split shot from Monet will do the work. GH wants to do his own damage, can't get through the wall. The Gus pushes him back, but Miracle doesn't care about that. Doppelganger's forward. Sensu still low in life, gets a little bit of extra life back again. And now they're going to go once again. Another stop from GH. Tries to create the space. The duel is already out, and the curse in the back lines. Sensu's the primary target. Flywind will come over, so Sensu will fall, but Miracle will also join the list of the dead, and it's just an absolute slaughterfest. GH wants to get out of here, but the cold embrace. Kuro protecting him, giving him the life back, but the walls start to rise, and GH, everybody go to sleep. No, the glimpse interrupts him, and Flywind gets the double kill.
Going on the Doom top potentially? No,
just towards the tower. Now he'll go over towards the Doom, but a Wolf Stomp is up, and, well, GH is nearby too with the Spirit. Setsu, gotta be careful if that damage comes a little closer, but the rest of Royal Never Give Up is also on the way. We already used that Blink Dagger, but then again, Flywind, this walks point blank. It's a great double silence, but the output of damage is just so high. Refraction was able to tank most of Monet's initial attacks, but now he's in trouble. Attacking back with the Mel Strike over towards Super, working with Kuro, while Flywind keeps the chase going away from Miracle. He's trapped inside the wall, but he's got a lot nice on target. He's heading down towards Monet. Super, the TA trap will slow him down. Another stomp. Monet put to sleep. Super still trying to help out. Gets it on over on Kuro. It's just a split up fight, but the chases work. It's a 2-by-2. Now 4 players converge onto Monet.
I can confirm that, Toby.
Had a couple of creeps that were blocking my vision for a second. Cold Embrace, they're giving him some life. Vortex will come up, the curse over on Setsu. TP support's coming, but GH, he's got the split of Flywind's going to back up. Setsu, pull back in. He just manages to dodge the attack from Weeha. Super has to go for the stun. September wending around, but Weeha's already continuing the jump, chasing down the Storm Spirit a little bit further, but he bounces ball lightning itself far enough away. Super, now Weeha turns around for the easier kill. It's the support. Kuro working with him, more TA traps to keep the slow going. Pressy attack tries to break free, but Diffuser Blade up for a Miracle, meaning Flywind can't get back underneath the tier 2 tower. You can see Mind Control. He's already looking for the next target. The Dire scan. They realize Monet ran towards the south. Doombringer. He can't close the distance to get that Doom off. Even if he did.
They've proven with PL this game, this patch and this tournament that they are
They're going again in mid. Jump forward. Monet. Mind Control is the initiator. Oh no, the push. Monet went the wrong way. And now the curse. Sensu's going to kill off his one position, and then he'll be next on the list. They're waiting for the stun timer, and they've got him as well. 3 down for Rara and G. He's having a hard time just getting there, and they've already lost their mid lane of Rax. 23 minutes in, a glimpse. You know they want it. Doppelganger's up, but they'll pull back instead. Look at Miracle. Run straight over towards the Temper. They don't care about the Storm. Weeha as well as Miracle focusing down the support in towards Super. And GG is already called.
Wow.
23 minutes in. And Team Nigma, they may have lost game 1. They had a marathon in game 2.
I would say historically Nigma with Darkseer has been really strong.
Here I don't think Surge is
especially
as good.
If the Fidget can land, then I think Flywind's actually in a hell of a lot of trouble. Just continuously silenced up by Kuro, and with the slow from Miracle and the body blocks from GH, first blood is spilled. Continuously set up by GH.
Well, this is another reason they can pick the Darkseer early. There's pretty much no counters to him when it comes to the laning phase. He can do a really good job pressuring the Spectre. He might end up dying here, but he is going to get probably his level 3 GH on the rescue.
He was on the top lane, now he's going to come down to bottom lane, and the Fidget block is up. Okay, even extra Iron Shell. Now it's going to do some damage into Super. Mind Control will end up falling as GH surged forward looking for that last bit of damage. Has he actually got the Fission? Not off cooldown, but the Iron Shell is on GH, so he's burning down Monet. One more attack. He's a little... One more will do it. No! Monet lives on 20 HP. Back off cooldown. And they look to gank onto Monet as well as Fly when they're right on top of the Ancient Miracle. Give the information. It's a double guts, and there goes your Echo Slam over on 2. But the Tomb stopping GH from able to get that secondary stop, and they used it for the OD, dropping down the hammer. Fly went down low, but Sensu into the back lines with the Sonic Wave connecting over on 3. Weeha low, Monet sailing right on top of him, and he cannot complete the TP away to safety. Miracle may be a little bit luckier, however. Yes, he will be on the wrong side of the tracks, trying to shoot. The Royal Never Give Up. No one from Team Nigma are in range for this at all. So they've got it, and they're already looking for the fight. Kuro was the one nearby. September staying in close, still has his Doom available, but doesn't want it on Kuro. He wants it on Weeha. Weeha will reveal himself, and he got it over on Weeha too. Setsu staying with him, trying to kill off the doomed up Weeha, who just surged away. Spectral Horn looking for the backline to Miracle. He's smacked in the middle of this. He needs to get some more distance. The back wall fissure creates that distance. The Setsu, where's his attack? No more Sonic Wave to give. Kuro's giving life back to absolutely everyone, including the shield for Miracle, who can get the silence over on Setsu. Hitting so hard, he'll need more help. The Arab Observer wants to see absolutely everything. More banishes. Weeha, he has the hammer available. Setsu's already gone down. 50 seconds on the sideline, but the fissure block out from GH, actually keeping his team trapped on the wrong side, the rock wall. So Mind Control is trying to do this solo. Well, not really solo. He's also got the Spectre running after Super, and he's just burning him down.
Weeha around. He's just going to keep on miscoiling him. You're not going to do enough damage to bring down that OD before the Doom expires.
Everything but wall is up. Weeha just keeps the imprisonments going. Monet throwing out the dagger, coming a little bit further forward underneath Weeha, but then the clumsy net sets through the back lines. Another three-man stun with the Vac setting it up. GH needs some distance. He's got the Echo Slam available. Doesn't want to use it while the BKBs are up, however. So Setsu using his own BKB, jumping forward. The clumsy net Miracle will break free thanks to the Manta Style and a gust. Weeha working. Now he drops the hammer down, but the damage, it feels very, very minimal. ES will buy it back. He's coming as quick as he possibly can. The Darkseer wall is returned. Everyone from RNG, be careful how close you are together. Here comes your Echo Slam with the silence. GH couldn't get anything else up. Kuro will break him free, so the fissure can get a follow-up stun. Setsu so low. Kuro can kill him up with a mid-call. Mind Control backing, trying to create more space. Miracle with a secondary gust, and then the volley firing into one Monet. He goes down because Miracle has a double damage rune. He's got all the damage in the world. You've got Monet back to the world of living. Aegis Immortal. Maybe Miracle wasn't ready for this one. The shields are up. Mind Control needs to give him some extra speed, and he's got it as well. The silence on Flyway, making sure he can't give anything more. September will kill Kuro in the backlines. Miracle force-staffing himself, and then the TP. He's trying to get away. He does, Monet. Can't keep the distance, and Mind Control will now surge himself away to safety.
Really want
going after Chen again. This happened before. They surged GH over, so he's able to get the initial fissure. Setsu is nearby, and so is a lot of RNG. Miracle can be careful. He's on the front lines to get the Doom over on him. Setsu BKB, and in the back lines, Sonic Wave thrown out. Really only connects over Mind Control, but he'll still get the back in, and the Echo Slam from GH. The damage is good. Fighting underneath the shrine. Is there enough survivability? Miracle, he's dropping low, so is Kuro. They'll both end up going down. Defensive imprisonment, actually keeping Miracle alive a little longer, and Kuro got a lot of his life back again, but he can't give any more over to Miracle. Or can he? They just keep imprisoning him up. Now he'll come out to die. There's no Doom. There's no GA. They probably feel pretty good if they can get the initiation target right. But who is the target? Chen? He ain't the target. He's a sacrifice. Spectral Horn. Everyone's going to be there. Is there extra help? Super gets both the mech as well as the Hand of God off. And then Setsu. That's a big sting. Everybody is bleeding right now. Enigma as Flywind walks in. Monet as well. Team Nigma, they have to defensively imprison up at the moment. Where is your follow-up? Where is GH's attack? Setsu gets the double kills. They both came out of the imprisonments. 3 heroes down for Team Nigma.
It's happening as well for a best-of-5 series. They it just sucks to be stuck in a game where you're sitting inside your base the entire time.
Here we go. No vision on the high ground. 4-star to begin with. 2 is on Mind Control. A quick imprisonment. A jump forward. 4-star. And they're all going to get back into base. Try and reset the Sonic Wave. Not hitting the OD. Defensive imprisonment. Great from Weeha. So Setsu has blown his ultimate. Yeah, still looking for his own initiation. GH around the corner. Everyone's grouped up, but that pipe is still up and working. So GH, another banishment from Weeha. At least he's holding the hammer for the moment. Mind Control. September jumps in, he breaks the Lincoln Sphere on Weeha. He's looking for another one right now, but he's just BKB'd up, feeling very, very deep. The BKB does not last long, and now Mind Control back in! That's what they're waiting for! With the hammer drop up, the prep was finally there! Monet still in the middle of the fight, Miracle focusing on September, but Monet the last man standing. They will bring down the Spectre, and this is a huge fight for Team Nigma. The game can't handle it, I can't handle it! Woo!
Alright, the dude's gonna wear off. Let's just make sure that Monet doesn't actually kill anybody from dispersion. GH, make sure to run away. All right, everyone's good. No supports, foolishly die. In that situation, they got at least 2, I think, onto Weeha before he dropped that hammer, maybe more.
Well, back in the fight, Setsu jumping in. He's got a full Bloodthorn competed for this engagement. They're letting Kuro front line. He's got a fresh Aghanims. They take the melee racks. They felt confident before. They want to push in. I do love the fact one of the refresher, the refresher shard is in. He'll have to switch it out at some point, so he can get. It's in the backpack of Omni Knight, so he can't get the double GAs. Not that I think that's going to help him against the ODs. Here's already a start. Silver Edge breaking the Spectre. Forced off #1. They drag him up nice and far. And he still wants to close. This is another break again. He'll have to go for a fissure. GH holding Monet in position. Now September. He actually triggers Weeha with the clumsy net, but he doesn't get the Doom off. Now Miracle letting him fly out. September is able to get the Doom done, but a 4-star away. The rack's being chipped away. September now going to go for the second one. Setsu. Sonic Wave really only clips onto Miracle. Mind Control. Now the back and the wall and the Echo Slam. #1. Is there a #2? He has the BKB. Gets the fissure out. Keeping the control over on Monet. September feeding into the melee. Rax. Miracle trying to push him back out. They'll take the second lane of Rax, but how high is the cost? Can Team Nigma get any extra kills at the moment? Monet, he's moving himself further back. The hammer is still available. Monet, he is just being wrecked apart, but the purification Flywind, no, they have the damage. Just enough. Miracle wants to go for more, ready to slap him, back him up in the back lines, attacking GA for defense. Miracle caught on the wrong side of the fissure. Nullifier, someone got away out of here. Miracle just BKBing, trying to TP up. Now he can be searched back over towards the wall. September jumps in once again, gets the Doom over on Miracle, but Weeha still fighting. He's still got so much in. He's still got the hammer. He's ready to drop it. The banishment is up. They call Flywind with the fissure. He'll BKB. Monet, the fissure controller there from GH. Doom is already buying back Miracle. Still with the Doom on him. He still wants to continue to fight.
They're just leaving him behind.
The stun, the control. Monet, they were playing Left 4 Dead now, but it ain't never the third version. He is down for the count. Fight back is available. GH is ready to go, but he doesn't have the Echo Slam up. Nice A on disc. Doom, he knows he needs this. Miracle trying to clean through the waves. They're beating the tier 4 towers. They already forced the buyback out, but no Doom available. No Spectral Horn. Team Nigma, they want to try and end this right now, going for the GG push. A little bit of split push back on top, but who cares? No more heroes left there anymore. Miracle, look at what's Monet. There's a quick pushback. What a gun. Mind control back. Echo Slam. GH, the BKBs came up. Sent to a fight. Will be protected by Monet. He can't play it yet. It'll be a dive back. Weeha, he's already dropped down. Monet is down for the count. Weeha needs to keep attacking. However, the BKBs have worn off. They're backing up. Miracle still up to fight in the back lines. Defensive imprisonment, trying to buy more time. Now Weeha back up. Watch the all 10. Flywind's going to go down. Team Nigma, they are doing it. They're pushing forward. Sentiment to blink defensively. The agent is open. They're going to take the fit to the back line. GH, 3 men setting them up. Fortification. It's finding the time for RNG as he comes Setsu. They're moving back towards the wall. Want to reset. The guns are back. Everyone come back in again. They're just going to keep hitting September, but the Ancient is the primary objective. Setsu trying to do the work. The imprisonment keeps out of the fight. GH trying to kill off the Ancient. Setsu, has he got much more? We hired the double kill.
Just
but
a little more.
is doing the work on the back line. The fissure keeps him out. Miracle, he's hitting heroes. He's not hitting the Ancient. Now he can move his attention over towards Setsu. Weeha still alive. He'll bring him down. Blindwind, he's the next target, but all the split damage is GG. It's over. Nigma as the champions of the minor.
Wow, what a game, guys. Congratulations, first of all. Make some noise for your champions of the Bukefell Minor.
PSG LGD versus OG. Game 1.
Perhaps the most hype rematch in esports history across all games. It was the grand finals last year. It was the winner bracket finals last year. LGD looking for revenge. OG, can they do it again? I've got Gunnar as well as Febby joining me. What do we make of this matchup?
Will there be a repeat of history?
Yeah.
OG again in grand finals. You know, EG can't be third place again. So there's going to be a new third place team for whichever the loser of this to play. But we could see the same result here.
Oh, but the home advantage is so real. Maybe it's because like I'm right next to them, but the cheer is just insane.
They've got the entire crowd behind their back chanting LGD. They are the last remaining Chinese hope, and we're going to get ourselves into our first draft of the day. OG with first pick. I mean, we talk about key heroes to ban. So far, a lot of the key heroes we're going to talk about banning is going to be from the LGD side. They banned Io as well as Enchantress. What are the must-ban heroes against OG? Are these what you would have expected to see banned out with the Magnus?
And the Mag. There's a lot of...
ET's open. OG might pick ET.
A lot of the drafts this patch are kind of centered around these like 1 or 2 core heroes that are just like bonkers.
Yeah.
Like this Wisp, if OG picks it, they're probably going to win every game.
Are we going to see a single carry Io, do you think?
I don't think. I think it's going to get banned probably every game of the tournament from every team. Like Secret showed they can play it. I'm sure LGD and Liquid are high enough caliber that the carry players can also play it with like little to no practice. So I think that hero is probably going to get banned. The Enchantress most likely will get banned by most teams against everyone, even Alchemist, you know, these Ogres, the Shadow Demons, these Lesh. There's so many of these like strong heroes. You have to take a trade where you give them a strong hero on first pick, but you get a second strong hero on second pick.
I think Tiny might get picked here. Tiny has been the hero of the tournament in the past few days. The tree volley is just so powerful, coupled with some AoE disablers such as Void. And I'm surprised that OG. I mean, I'm not surprised. It's the second ban phase, but all right, they're gonna pick Tide Lion.
They're sticking to their picks. You know, they're saying, yeah, Tiny looks like the meta hero, but this is what's worked for us.
I see No-Tail just laughing. He was so confident with those picks. We saw the other kind of more common opening was the Tiny Void. I think that Seeker was running. And they would first two Tiny Void. And then the other opening that most people do on second pick is Tide +1. So they both have kind of similarities. They have this like really tanky initiator in the form of Tiny or Tide. And then they have a little more team fight usually in the form of like this Void. Or I guess Lion, who gives you like follow-up stuns.
Yeah. So Lion, I mean, when you talk about this hero, normally it's all about the disable and the burst damage to some extent.
It's a really great laner too against ET, and I think that's what X-Nova was thinking. It's probably an X-Nova hero.
Yeah, if he's running at you, you can just stun him, walk away.
Yeah, and Hex naturally is really good in these late game scenarios when there's all these BKBs in place. Having an instant disable that can catch people before they get a chance to pop BKB.
Even early game, if he ever gets a blink at any point, he can start the fight on his Tide. If they ever try to jump him, they have a Ravage follow-up. OG's going to take the Void.
Yeah, we talked about Void being one of the big carries to look out for. So no Alchemist in the first stage. That was also something we saw out of the Secret Series where you got to game 2 and it's like, actually, let's let Alch through. We've got ways to beat it. And these two teams, OG, a team known for first picking Alch, even in this tournament, are going a different direction. Why do you think that is?
Arc is a really popular hero, but these two teams don't really love Arc. I think it's because they are so comfortable playing against it, like OG, LGD. So I think that's why Arc is kind of getting ignored here.
Yeah.
The hero's been like slightly figured out. Like the Secret Mineski series, you know, Secret gave it away. They thought they could beat it. And obviously they won the game, but it was really close. The Alchemist, if he didn't die, he probably could have thrown, and Secret would have lost the series, 2-0. So this Alchemist here, I think, is really strong. But like Febby said, I think they have a feel how to play around it. You know, OG is one of the classic Alchemist teams. They picked it, you know, at the Boston Major like 3 years ago. Yeah. That's when they started, you know, they would first pick this Alch, Anna would play it, he just go this Radiant, so it's kind of going back to his roots. He's like, they're very confident playing around it, so I wouldn't be surprised if they pick it still.
Yeah. OG is like the best team at bringing the tempo to their side. They're like really good at creating chaos, so the other team plays at their tempo, and I think that's what Alchemist hates the most. And I think LGD, they are traditionally like a Ame carry team, which Ame has a lot of heroes that's good against Alchemist. Spectre, Slark, like those kind of heroes. So
yeah. Does he have a lot of heroes good against the Void? He plays a lot of Void himself, so he should know what works well against it. Naga Siren, one of the best, already banned out. What kind of carry do you think of when you see Faceless Void in the pool?
I was actually going to comment on that because it's uncommon that the Void is picked so early without the Tiny, but I think because of ET, it kind of makes up for the damage. And LGD loves Void. Like they will pick it in the second pick phase, so I think it was a deny pick from OG.
Yep.
Well, OG banned the Spectre and the Naga, which were, I think, the best two. They kind of provide a lot of team fight. They're both really tanky. Naga has this root to stop the Void. He also has illusions that can burn his mana. On the other side, Spectre is going to give vision. He's going to kind of make the team fight more chaotic, so these Chronos are harder to hit.
Well, Invoker banned as well, so banning some of those heroes that can synergize very well with the Chronosphere, and then they pick a save. So this looks like we're going to see Lion moved over to a 4 position. FY has played it before as well, and Oracle gives them some way to keep anyone caught in that Chronosphere alive.
Yeah, a save is a counter to Void from support position, and I think because the SD is not there available for position 4, so I think that's why they transitioned the Lion to position 4 and picked Oracle for the position 5 from LGD side.
So right now, OG is going to kind of have to consider what they're going to pick if they want some chrono damage. I thought the Tiny has been the most common of the tournament, but it's been banned out. The other one was Invoker. You have either, if you go Exhort, you can have Sunstrikes, you can have Cataclysm, Meteor. Even if you go, you know, Wex, you can still have EMPs and Tornadoes and Lackady or Void.
So some of the top-end heroes that I can think of is Lina, Monkey King, Pugna, that we haven't seen a lot, but it is a pretty bad Pugna game against all those Disabers and Oracle. But I think the other two are pretty viable.
I think the monkey is a little scary. Your Jingu can get purged in the early game when you try to run around. There's a lot of stuns, and it's kind of hard to want to play. I think the Lina is like a good choice.
It's scary to pick monkey when you don't know your matchup as well, I imagine.
I know Thompson doesn't really care that much when he's playing monkey. Him and mid one are the two monkeys who, like, their teams have even like first phase their monkey.
Yeah.
They'll just throw it mid, and they'll go like 50-50. But another one of Thompson's heroes that he can go 50-50 in a lot of matchups is Pango.
Okay. So expecting the mid Pango, because we don't see Seb play this hero a whole lot. We do see Jarek's play though. Yeah. And ET is a 5 position typically as well. So.
Yeah, and they need to pick their mid earlier. They're gonna like get the mid countered anyway, so they're gonna pick it like probably the next pick from OG.
Yeah. Another mid laner we've seen a lot of, and particularly from LGD's tournament, is Kunkka. Are we surprised not to see Kunkka picked up yet?
Maybe a little. I know in the, I think EG series yesterday, they picked Kunkka versus Void, and the Kunkka was okay, but the Void would just kind of chrono whoever he didn't get the boat buff on, and then he would just kill them, and then the Kunkka would kind of be alone, and you can't really control Void. So the matchup is a little hard for the Kunkka, but they're just going to take the gyro. You know, that's also versatile, right? It's a carry and a mid, and then they can decide their lanes.
I think they were kind of scared for OG to pick the gyro too for Thompson mid because of the ET. There's not a lot of heroes right now on OG side that can abuse the ET's magical debuff.
God, you know what I always think of when I see ET and Void in mid lane? I don't think Thompson plays it. Well, Zeus is one. Tinker as well. How good would Tinker be with the Void? But Zeus actually sounds amazing as well.
Yeah, it's an OG hero, you know?
Oh.
There's a lot. You know, Sky? He's also
Skywrath mid?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Thompson Sky mage.
This is the things going through LGD's head right now is the crazy thing. There's like, what is Thompson going to be playing?
Thompson has like so many like these weird heroes that does a lot of magical damage.
So Nature's Prophet, this is a 5 position, but also a 3. They've played on Seb earlier in the group stage, so given that they have the Elder Time there, expecting Seb on the Nature's Prophet?
Yeah, most likely going to be a 3 Furion. They can put it with either of the melee supports if the Pango is a support. And you kind of usually want to match a ranged with a melee if you can for the Stout Shield and kind of the ranged harass.
Is this lane counter to Gyro? Is that the idea?
Yeah, the Treants can also take Rocket Barrage so he can't really ever solo you with the Q.
And Gyro has a really low base damage, so Furion's gonna deny a lot. And Pango and Furion is one of those classic lane partners, because Pango is such a weak laner, so he needs a strong position 3.
So LGD bans the Dazzle. I don't know if they're scared of a 5 Dazzle, or they're scared of a mid Dazzle. There's nothing really that stands out for this being a really good mid Dazzle game, I think, so I think they're leaning more towards
Zeus.
the Zeus.
There it is. Zeus going to be pumping in that damage. It does give PSG LGD the 10th pick of the draft to counterpick this theoretically, or they may just be happy with the Gyro mid against it.
It's going to have a very terrible game, I think.
The Zeus?
Yeah. I mean, in the early mid, it's going to suffer so much.
I mean, Gyro can run you down and go for kills. There's a lot of other mids you can pick that can bully a Zeus. But it's Thompson. He can come back.
If you think about the kind of classicer lane counters to Zeus, is like TA was one of the best. That hero's been nerfed a lot. I don't think we've seen much play of it this tournament. You know, people pick it here and there, and this is a fairly good TA game.
Yeah, it is.
I could see Kunkka as well.
Yeah, I think it's a TA Kunkka. Oh, it's an Ember.
Here they can get on top of the Zeus. Do you like this as a lane matchup, Gunner?
Yeah, the lane matchup's okay. It's actually kind of hard. He breaks through your Flame Guard really quickly. But you have roots that go well against the Void and the Pango. They can't ult, they can't Q away, no mobility.
Well, the LGD chants have begun. It is a rematch of the grand final, and I want to hear one man's thoughts before we hop into the game. It is Nahas.
Not surprisingly, these two teams in the upper bracket final feature the 10 most statistically dominant players in the tournament. As we look at kills per minute here, only 6 players average more than a kill per 5 minutes at TI, and 4 of them are on stage here. Of course, Ana and Thompson in the 1 and 2 positions. Not shown, Ame is actually at that number 6 position, so both of the farming cores and assists per minute here forcing the tempo all 5 of the assist per minute leaders in this tournament on stage here in this series, including Chalice, who's on his Tidehunter in this game, 5-0 at TI5. He's looking to continue that trend. He has 72 assists in those 5 match wins against Liquid, Mineski, and Virtus.pro. OG, the fastest average match time in the tournament. They will be on the clock in this match as that Elder Titan, 19-6 before the 35-minute mark, only 20 and 22 afterwards. The matchup of the top 2 teams in the tournament for a spot in the grand finals. Bringing you the action here is the original Join Dota bromance, bringing the rain on the main stage at TI here at Capital and Blitz.
We were all privileged to witness LGD versus OG last year, not once but twice, both in the upper bracket finals and in the grand finals. Both times LGD fell short, but last time they were on OG's home turf. This time around, LGD, they brought you to Shanghai. They brought you to their home turf, and now OG have to play against the roars of the LGD fans.
Yes, I am so excited for this matchup. As Alan pointed out, the stats all lead us to believe that this will be one aggressive match, and the heroes that they have too. And there's raw aggression on both sides. They want a team fight non-stop. There's always a great 5-man potential. Both teams have good amount of catch.
Oh, Blitz, that assist leader that now Alan brought up, that got me hyped, man. That got me hyped. I was just thinking, these 2 teams love to be able to fight around each other, and clashing against each other just means we're going to be seeing non-stop action.
So an interesting point that Insania brought up was that OG forces you to play at their tempo. They force you to play a very fast game. They want you to get into these silly situations where you feel like you have to dive, and they feel like they have to dive as a result.
And so do you feel like LGD adjusted their draft to address that? I mean, they've got some pretty fast heroes. The Gyrocopter, one very popular hero at this tournament, has had a lot of success. The Ember Spirit, low cooldown hero as well. The only long cooldown they have is that Tidehunter, which has been a favorite among some of the Chinese teams at this tournament.
Yeah, it's been a favorite of a lot of teams just because Tidehunter, no matter what, will get his Ravage off. But OG have one of the best ways to deal with it in the Anaphasis Void. The Chronosphere, of course, doesn't really care about the Kraken Shell too much.
And they've got some great heroes to follow up on it as well. They've got the Elder Titan with his Earth Splitter and Stomp. They've got Pango even being able to swashbuckle from a distance. And let's not forget about the OG Thompson Zeus, which is going to be in the mid matchup against Maybe's Gyrocopter. And they're going to run a side lane Ember Spirit to dodge that matchup.
I think what PSG LGD learned from last year is you always have to have the ability to fight OG. OG is one of the best teams at coming back from a poor laning phase. I mean, they have Thompson, who it feels like he almost always gets solo killed at some point in the lane, but it doesn't feel like it really matters because he figures out a way to win.
We're going to have that 4-position Pango for Jerix that's going to be assisting Seb's Furion at the top lane, just trying to harass the Ember Spirit out of lane as much as possible. It is going to be backed by a pretty offensive duo, the Ember Spirits and Oracle. Around level 3, they can do a lot against this. See Ame just trying to get as much CS as he can, trying to deal with the treants and clear them out. Well, bottom lane, Anna with his Faceless Void, babysat by No-Tail's Elder Titan, may not be able to provide the same kind of lane assistance that FY's Lion is going to have. With that range advantage just constantly harassing both Anna and No-Tail. That's why No-Tail's going to come in from behind with all that spirit damage, immediately gets stunned up. Lets Chalice just kind of juke No-Tail out until the damage wears away.
This bottom lane Chalice
is
getting a little bit low.
No-Tail. He's actually turned on to FY instead. FY forced to use the stun. No bash this time from Anna.
Only level 1 bash. He already procced once. Has to be careful about pushing forward like that, as there is a level of Gush early by Chalice, and the Time Walk level 1 cooldown is so long.
Yeah, he's going to have to be a little bit careful of any harassment that comes his way while that's on cooldown, but that's what No-Tail's here for, and geez, it seems like nobody can fight him. It just keeps on spamming out spirit after spirit. So it looks to me, Blitz, like maybe the side lanes are going to go a little bit better for OG. How's that mid lane matchup supposed to go? Looks like maybe it's taking a huge lead already. 12-3 compared to 7-2 against Thompson.
I think this lane goes fine for the Gyrocopter. Like, Zeus typically just sort of trades out farm. That's what this hero does. He's not meant to really win any lanes or get any solo kills, because the point of the hero is that your team fight is so strong that it shouldn't matter at some point.
Yeah.
Seb, though, with the hero that we haven't seen a whole lot played in this position too much, Nature's Prophet in the off lane, this hero comes with its own set of problems. I think the reason why they pick it is for that global presence with the Zeus.
First blood, that's going to be FY. The Lion managed to get the kill on No-Tail. This time he just gets a bit too far forward, challenges LGD a bit much in the effort to try and create Anna some space. The chance for LGD have begun. And that's what I thought was the coolest thing, is the Chinese crowd, they have not been any slouches when it comes to cheering for OG. They like OG a lot. But when OG's introduction came out on stage, they were extremely quiet. They wanted OG to know, in this matchup, we're not favoring you at all. We are backing our boys, LGD.
Yeah, no boos, but, you know, they're going to show their hometown team love.
Seb going in for the dive, X-Nova.
He's surrounded right now.
The Treant is going to reveal him the whole entire way, and Seb's going to try and get in position with the trees. He'll just finish him off with a little Treant, and that's going to be good enough. Meanwhile, Ame actually coming in through the side here does pick up Jerix, and he's going to try and challenge some of that CS that's floating into the tower. Our mid matchup continues to be rather dominant for Maybe's Gyrocopter. Just keeps on throwing out missile after missile.
And Maybe is a very good one-on-one mid laner. His creep aggro tricks, the way that he almost always times out denies. The fact that he's got 4 denies against the Zeus.
Yeah, it's a little hard to do, especially since with Thompson spamming out lightning bolt after lightning bolt, bringing himself a few mangoes as well. He's trying to keep the Raspid battle going back and forth, not just be entirely run by the missile. Jerix takes a little bit of damage, but he has the range drop now, and that'll make the offensive pressure of this Oracle a lot less viable. So smart little choice by him after he got killed by Ame, traded out. LGD do manage to get the boundary rune at bottom lane. No-Tail get a lot of damage in return, though.
But it's currently Seb right now, leading the net worth chart on the side of both teams. Chalice not doing bad for himself either.
Yeah.
And both offlaners having a good start. I feel like it's very important for Nature's Prophet, especially in this meta, to have a good start. Just because you do have comeback mechanics, but you need to be ahead with this hero to fight, because he doesn't come with any sort of stun. His ulti is pretty good, but unreliable at team fights. So the important part about all of this is being able to be ahead and stay ahead in network.
They're trying to sneak in a kill. They do have that very defensive mid lane ward that spotted out the rotation from FY's Lions. They know he's somewhere behind Thompson. So Thompson's going to play really safe, especially whenever the missile is cast on him. One thing that LGD will need to rely upon heavily here is their teamwork and communication, right? Because while there are a lot of downsides to the Furion, the big advantage is this is a core Furion with so much global presence. You can't be overly focusing on your lane and just trading out against that enemy here. You never know when the Furion's going to show up and change the odds.
And Ame, top lane, is going to start going on Seb. He doesn't have any chains yet. Wanted to see if he could find the angle, so Seb will be just fine. Has 2 different ways to get out of this situation. I think part of the reason why they take the MP2, though, is they have an easy way to push out the lanes and start fights.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it just lanes well.
We're certainly seeing that with Ame falling below Ana's faces void. Here comes CS mid lane. They're going to drop the bomb. Maybe with the help of FY, will get the kill on mid lane OG Thompson. And they'll find that Observer ward that spotted out FY earlier. So really good read by him. He understood that his rotations were spotted. Finds a different angle to get it.
Jerix
now top lane. Jerix is going to be gone on his range drop. It's gone. So he's going to be slowly burned down by Ame. Slide of to finish him off. And X-Nova, can he stay ahead of the Furion? He will. And now Seb does not have a teleport, so he knows he kind of has to battle Ame back here. But the ultimate comes out. That'll be enough to finish off X-Nova. And the Flame Guard will wear out for Ame as well. Seb will be fine. Still, though, 4-2 to the favor of LGD.
Part of something that we should talk about is the vision game between these two teams. Zeus and Nature's Prophet, of course, makes it so easy to win that vision battle. That's why
Jeez, Anchor Smasher, no. And as long as he can get those smashes, it's still going to be an incredible amount of damage. Thinking about chasing down Jerix, just places down the rim.
Something we should note too is the presence of the 2 wards that LGD have decided to go for. This is, I think, a direct counter to Thompson and the type of rotations that he wants to make into the enemy jungle. We saw that so often in the series against EG, in fact, when he played the Tiny and he just found the TV over and over again.
Yeah.
This ward vision isn't really meant to protect mid so much as it is meant to protect the jungle and Ame's lane, in fact.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Thompson, more than any other core, invades that jungle area. So they want to make sure that they spot him coming the entire way through.
And I've noticed before, like, Thompson, Zeus, he's very reliant on being able to pick up power runes and bounty runes as well. So those sort of rotations are going to be spotted out by these observer wards, at least the top half. And just by process of elimination, X-Nova, he's still blocked in, trying to eat 2 different trees. That's still not good enough. Maybe is here. They're going to try and get the kill onto Jerix as they trade out X-Nova, run over by the Remnant. With the rotation coming out, OG isn't going to be too sad about it. They trade support for support, and it required maybe to make rotation like that.
Yeah, but maybe he's trying to protect this top lane area. He's focusing on that so much because he doesn't want his jungle to get invaded. Seb gonna get stunned up. Ult immediately, and Seb has to be careful here, but maybe they don't have the damage.
Down here, it's gonna be a little hard. The Hex goes out. They're just running out of damage now. If anything, Thompson might be able to get the kill, especially with Jerix. With the long-range swashbuckle, barely getting away with the TP as well. Great read by Thompson.
I would anticipate PSG LGD to continue to send Gyro up to this top lane, protect this area, don't let this tower fall, especially against the Nature's Prophet. He plays like Beastmaster in the sense. Mid lane, Somnus getting a little bit low, but should be perfectly fine. He's got a lot of support behind him.
The next step is going to be those 10-minute bounty runes. Chalice is already pushed out bottom, and we've got rotation from our supports to secure this lane. If they can get the pick off on the No-Tail, the captain of OG, then they might be able to actually finish off this tier 1 tower. Otherwise, it's going to be a slow push.
X-Nova. They know that Thompson is here. They know they smoke. They've got to get out of here.
Oh, he actually used the magic meter on himself, but there goes FY. X-Nova thought he was going to be the target. Now Jerix looks to be able to pick up the bounty rune in front of him and body block X-Nova as well. With the Orb of Venom, makes it very easy for Thompson to help get that kill. And now OG taking the kill score lead.
Very surprised that they decided to make that play. He didn't see Thompson until the smoke broke, so that should have alerted him to the fact that there were more than one hero here. At least he should know that one support is behind him, but they still decided to take the fight. Maybe they thought with the addition of Ravage it would be enough. But Chalice was in no position to back them up.
It looks like we're going to see a continuation of Thompson's earlier build, which is just running for the really fast boots of travel with the Furion. They're going to try and abuse LGD and especially the slower pace of the Titan, right?
Yeah, I will say though, OG, their ways to start and end with Chronosphere for the most part. Maybe Jerax can get some stuff done too, but a lot is on Ana in this game. Chronosphere, of course, so good at taking every single fight. Void, I feel like, has been one of the heroes of the tournament, especially coming from a position where he was so weak, and nowadays everyone seems to love him. I think he just works so well as a counter core. Every single core in the game feels so bad about playing against him. And look at this. This is the ward that I was talking about that you were trying to protect. Protect the jungle against OG. Don't let them get in here for free.
That's why X-Nova is kind of positioned to be able to break smoke.
Oh, he was there to break the smoke, and he might still get caught out.
More, and now Jerix is going to try and take some of this. Yes, they're going to turn and try and kill Jerix, but there goes the Chronosphere. Oh, perfectly timed with the Air Splitter. This is just a beauty of a team fight for OG. And thinking the self on Ame as well. Rolling over, nails him and Thompson. Finish him off with lightning as well. OG just perfectly execute that fight, and LGD fall apart.
Oh, the timing of that was so rough for them. Yeah. X-Nova was there just to break that smoke. They have 2 wards to protect that area. Doesn't seem to matter as OG read that perfectly.
And that's all set up by Jerix as well, who getting into that position off the swashbuckle and being able to get that kind of ward down, spotting the stacks.
I mean, this ward right here, they're going to place a similar ward either in this area or this area higher up.
Yeah.
They always want to invade your jungle, and by taking the mid tower and pressuring this top.
Whoa! That lightning bolt just stalled FY long enough for Seb to complete his TP.
Once they lose this top tower, PSG LGD is going to feel very hemmed in. You see that FY searching for it right now. They know there's vision up here. They eventually find it.
But the damage has already been done. A team wipe like that, or at least close to it, leads into the mid tower being taken, and that just means rotations into your jungle are going to come harder and faster, especially at that safe lane tower. Well, you know it's eventually going to die. You try and protect it, but it's like playing against a centaur.
I think you actually have to protect it in this game.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel good to do, but I think if PSG LGD lose their safe lane tower too early, they're going to lose so much map control and map pressure in this game that Seb is going to have too good of a game. Which is why I wanted them to protect their jungle, and they were for the most part, but you slip for a second.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you lose control of your jungle, you lose 3 heroes, and you lose your mid tower.
Okay, what about if you're losing your mid tower? What about you try and take the enemy safe lane tower and open up their jungle? Is that going to be equally effective?
I'm okay with that play. It just feels rough because one side has a Tidehunter and one side has the Nature's Prophet. Yeah. If you're going to make this play down towards bottom, I think then you have to go towards mid with your Ravage. That's the only way that you can keep up with the tempo of OG.
Look at Ame, he just can't stop it. The Treants, as well as Anna, will be able to finish up that safe lane tower. They just couldn't do enough to be able to stall that. So they'll trade out tier 1 towers. As a result, OG holding a 2K gold lead to Thompson, just doing a little bit of scouting there. I think he was maybe a bit afraid of some sort of smoke rotation or something. But Xnova, he's been spotted here big time, does manage to at least kill a ward, but he is certainly dead. They'll give that last hit to Seb as well.
There's already an Orchid on Seb, 14 minutes in. Yeah. This guy's got an Orchid.
It's pretty insane. I would have expected the old Solar Crest build from him.
I think it's because his lane was going so well.
Yeah.
And he's going to hard counter up the Ember Spirit as a result.
Yeah, Ame's going to be super unhappy with this timing, that's for sure. FY in trouble. Gets hit by the Rolling Thunder. Bounce back by Jarek. Swashbuckle to finish him off. Nice and easy. But at the same time, No Tail's going to be chased down. They are going to be able to get the Orchid out onto the Gyrocopter. Drums goes out. They want to make sure that everyone's safe here. Xnova is always there with the Dispel as well.
And look at that. As soon as Ame sees the Orchid, he immediately pivots to the BKB.
Yeah.
I feel like he needs some sort of DPS item first. Maybe even a Maelstrom into the BKB. I feel like this BKB is a little bit of a bait.
It's so hard too, right? It's like he could try and depend on Xnova, but Xnova doesn't really want to play around him all the time, right?
He wants to play around the gyro.
Yeah.
Completely right.
But at the same time, if you don't go this, if you do go the BKB, hold up, bottom lane, Jarek's going to be chain stunned here. He will have an opportunity to, oh, no, he won't. He'll just die a little bit too fast thanks to the Finger of Death.
I really feel like PSG LGD, they want to utilize this Ravage. Like, you want to do something with it in this game. Sometimes the threat is better, but in this game right now, OG's not really respecting the threat of the Ravage.
Do you agree with that? 85-15, is this game that one-sided to OG's favor?
No. And it starts here as Thompson.
They're going to be able to find Thompson here with the pipe as well. They're made super tanky. And a kill streak on him as well. That's going to mean a lot for PSG LGD and the two heroes that collect that experience and that bounty. But bottom lane, OG is beginning to round some of these heroes. Anna looking to chase him down. FY turns around for the Hex, but that's just enough. Oh, stun doesn't hit. Even though the Hex is there, there's no damage, there's no stunts. Now Ame, who's just mid lane, is now bottom, looking for an opening.
He's invis right now.
They're all teaming away inside the trees. Can they find anybody who's going to go for the blind slight fist?
They're pinging right now on the ground. Anna.
He knows No Tail's here. Anna. I think he realized he just has to leave behind. But the Ravage instantly going out. They have managed to finish off No Tail, yes, but there's no way they can go for Anna now. You're right. They wanted to be able to use that Ravage, but they only use it to be able to kill a 5 position. And now they're going to trade out Xnova as he gets found expertly by Jarex.
And this is pretty disastrous, I think, for PSG LGD because they rely so heavily on the Ravage to start fights for them too. And they haven't had to use the Chronosphere. This feels a little bit rough for them.
Yeah.
But they are farming a lot of stacks. And their timing is going to come once they get their BKBs. I feel like once you get your BKBs on PSG LGD, the game changes once again.
Jarex, he's been really using the mobility of this Swashbuckle to get wards down that you just wouldn't normally expect, fortunately, because of that brief
I think
moment.
these teams do expect each other's wards, though.
Yeah,
they've played against each other in these high-pressure situations now. This is the 3rd time.
If anybody's going to be able to see these kind of moves coming up from OG, it's got to be LGD.
Yeah, and it feels like OG, it feels like they're doing the same things that they did that made them successful in the first place.
Massive kill. Jarex is going to fall with that big rotation from LGD, though. Look at this rotation from OG. No tail.
That's real low, but
I actually thought for a second he was getting caught out by the Chronosphere. But he does jump away safely, kind of reading the situation in time.
And that's going to be the next timing window for PSG LGD. It's once the BKBs come online, what do the fights look like? Of course, that doesn't solve all their problems because the Chronosphere doesn't really care. In the early game, though, BKB is so good against the Faceless Void, just because the time lock damage is magical. So if you get your BKB off, you're usually going to be okay.
Okay, so let's talk about like later into the game. We have this Faceless Void, and the win probability heavily favoring OG. Is this just because the Chronosphere is the be-all, end-all of team fights? But you simultaneously said it's like, it's their only form of initiation.
Yeah, that's why I don't think the game is that over as Dota Plus things. I think it's closer to probably like 60-40, if I had to guess, because I feel like PSG LGD's lineup, they have multiple ways to begin a fight, and at the top level, I feel like that determines a lot. Whoever can start a fight first, it makes their lineup so much easier to play.
Yeah.
It's not impossible to play OG's lineup, but the execution has to be so high.
Yeah.
It means that Ana has to hit like these 2-3-man chronos that consistently catch at least one core hero, that consistently catch at least the Oracle so he doesn't just get that hard save. Whereas for PSG LGD, you have Ravage, you're going to get Blink on your Lion at some point, your Gyro with his BKB can just run in for you, your Ember Spirit can consistently just sit in the back lines, poke you with chains. Like that is easy ways to begin a fight. Whereas like Topson won't do that for you. Seb's hero, he's very farmed, but Nature's Prophet by nature can't really begin a fight. He doesn't come with a stun. Sprout is nice, but it works. It's like, it's one of those abilities that it sucks early game. It's pretty good in the mid game.
Yeah.
Late game, it's kind of bad. And then ultra late game, it's great again because you start running out of things like Coin Blades and Force Stats.
Oh, hell yes.
What do you think is going through LGD's head in a situation like this, where they've opted to go the double BKBs? You've obviously shown some questions about it. You're not sure if this is like maybe they're sacrificing too much of their game. Do you think it's they're scared of this early game of OG and want to make sure they're not run over? Or do you think it's more about they feel confident in their late game and they just have to weather through the storm in the next coming home?
I think it's both. I feel like what they're trying to do is match OG's timing. OG is a very timing-based team. Once they get their 2 or 3 items, they just want to run at you and fight, fight, fight. I think PSG LGD, what they're trying to do is weather that storm. And by going for the BKBs, you give yourself the best chance at actually being able to team fight 5-on-5. Because I feel like that's what a lot of teams lack, is the ability to engage OG on their terms. That's what we saw EG falter in Game 2 and Game 3 when they took that Terrorblade and the anti-mage. They just never had any opportunities to straight up 5-on-5.
I estimate the probability of winning to be 17%.
Was that intentional?
Crowd having a little bit of fun with this pause right now, as so are the players. And I love to see the fact that LGD, we obviously saw in some of the documentaries and such that it did get into LGD's head, all the chat wheel that was happening, right? There is a psychological element to Dota 2.
You don't think they've muted each other by now?
And I mean, I like the fact that LG is playing along. Whether or not they've muted OG and are just, spamming out chat wheel, hoping that they see it. But I like the fact that they're doing it just as much as OG is.
You got to, you got to face your fears, right? You can't run from them. You know that OG is doing it. You can't let it bother you.
And what better way to do it with tons of fans and friends supporting you here in Shanghai?
I can't believe both teams, by the way, have made it back.
I know, it's just so insane because we always talk about the marker, right, of the first player to be able to win an international twice. And then the fact that it hasn't happened yet, 8 years of internationals, now on our 9th, the fact that it hasn't happened yet goes to show how hard it is to maintain that dominance in the Dota 2 field, that the competition level is so high that you just cannot be the best for very long.
I think it's because of the meta switches.
Yeah.
It's that, and it's the motivation. Once you won TI, you've won it all. And once you've gotten second, I feel like we had that second place curse for a while, right? Where we saw DC, C-Deck, this team that just kind of falls off a cliff.
Yep.
It's so hard to motivate yourself to think you were that close to winning it all. On one side, you have a team that thinks to themselves, we worked so hard and we came up short. And you have another team that says, well, we've accomplished everything that we need to in Dota. And the fact that they've been able to push themselves back to this level,
yeah,
both sides, it means they're hungry as ever.
I mean,
that's simply incredible.
The story with LGD, I think, is really interesting, where you have players like Maybe, who have been long heralded as this god-tier player who was kind of chosen by a lot of the Chinese fans and such to be that player that would represent them and bring home the Aegis.
Yeah, he is their champion.
Yeah. And I can see the motivation, I can see all the stories for them, but how does OG have the will to just make it through again, back-to-back like this?
Yeah, it's incredible from both sides. Yeah. I respect the hell out of this competition. I'm sure they have a lot of mutual respect for each other. It must be so surreal looking over the stage and you see these guys, you think to yourself, here we go again.
By the way, I just want to point out the fact that we know that every single day, OG has developed their own taunt meta, we'll say, right? Where it came with the sprays, now it comes with the flags they've been laying down last few days. They've been changing up their icons every day for OG, and has been just different pictures of each other from the TI.
Oh, they chose each
photo
other's.
shoot. Yeah. So, for example, Jarex has that Thompson photo where he's pointing towards the camera, sort of like an invoker. That's actually one of my favorites. I have to imagine, like, these guys, they've been on this stage before, but having a pause like this, I wonder how much of a reset it bothers OG, who's a very momentum-based team, right? Whereas LGD obviously have yet to be able to hit their timings in their BKB, are able to plan out a little bit about what OG's next move is going to be. And it is kind of OG's, it's in their court, right? Because they have this Nature's Prophet, they have this Thompson Boots of Travel. They want to be able to outmaneuver LGD as much as possible.
So the one thing about these heroes, when you have Zeus and Nature's Prophet, is they want to abuse the fact that they can play globally. What you want to do is push in the lanes, force one hero from PSG LGD to come back, deal with the lanes, and as soon as that happens, you find yourself in a 4v5 situation. I think in a pure 5-on-5, it's actually really hard for OG to win team fights, unless you get like some sick chrono off. But as a whole, I think if you run it back a few times, PSG LGD comes out on top. Which is why I think they took the Ember, because you have a hero that, because I was thinking about it, why did they take Ember over a hero like Storm, for example? Yeah. And I think the reason why they took it is, this is another hero, he didn't go Boots of Travel, but he does have the ability to simply keep a Remnant near his teammates, TP back, deal with the lane, then come back in. And that's why he has to go for the BKB, because at some point, OG's going to read that trap.
Yeah.
And they're going to say, we can just bring in our Orchid Nature's Prophet plus one hero. He's going to die every single time. Yeah. So you have to get that BKB. It's not just for the team fight. It's so that you can safely push out the side lanes. It's such a cool meta that's developed in this regard. Like, that's why the draft matters so much. Like, you need some way to deal with OG's ability to just deal with the waves at all times. You don't want the waves in your face. That's how OG sets up fights.
So just like we were talking about how LGD is going to identify OG's win condition in Anna's Faceless Void and how they're actually going to be able to start fights. The same's going to be happening with LGD, identifying how OG wants to move around the map and how they're going to try and counter that.
Yeah, I've watched their games. Like, I don't watch a lot of replays. I like to watch the games live, but these games I study like 40 times, the finals and their upper bracket finals.
Yeah.
Because I found it so interesting, like the mini meta that has developed between these two teams, like why they pick the heroes that they pick. Because they've definitely developed like an internal meta anyways. They've extended their best of like 14 across 2 different tournaments now.
Bounty Rune's going to be split, but Ame will have the advantage of finding a double damage rune. See whether or not LGD wants to try and take a fight against OG now that they have their double BKBs, one for Gyro, one for the Ember Spirit. Thompson, meanwhile, he's got Yule's Scepter plus Boots of Travel. Anna has his Hand of Midas and he's going to be working on a fast Diffusal Blade, so he's not as reliant on bashes or Chronosphere to be able to lock people down and get his damage in. After Seb finished up that Orchid, he's got a BKB on its way. So very fast timing
And you notice that OG, for once, they're not just looking for the straight-up 5-man. They'll just continue to poke and prod, see where the weakness is for PSG, LGD, and as soon as they aren't together as 5. And you notice right here, Ame, he's playing away from his team. This is the correct move.
Yep.
Always play away from your team because you have the ability to gap close and come in to help them out. Gonna get gone on at bottom for the time being. Silenced up, but
ready to try and finish off Zeb. You use the BKB as soon as he thinks he's got Zeb dead, and Zeb's going to try and go for the TP, but it's not good enough. And that was 1,000 gold for Ame. Holy crap.
that's, and now he's level 17.
Oh.
He's level 17?
Oh. Okay, well, that's halfway to a relic already for Ame.
That's the same level as Zeus, who's got the XP talent cap, just for context.
Okay, then.
That's more than double X Novas.
Well, you could see exactly why OG want to stay away from the 5-man fight right now, because PSG LGD, they're very strong. Between their double BKBs and their Blink Dagger picked up by the Tidehunter. The worst thing that they can happen for OG is trying to challenge PSG LGD and get caught into a Ravage situation.
And this is why I didn't think the game was 85-15, because PSG LGD can just do this. They can send one hero at all times, Ame. You'll always see him be the one to push out the lanes. And as soon as he does, the rest of his team can 4-man, do whatever they feel like because they feel strong. Because they know that OG doesn't want to just get into a straight 5-on-5. And that's OG's strength, but they've gone for something a little bit different here.
Maybe he's farming really fast, too. Like, even though he went for the straight BKB and not one of those farming items, he will have an Aghanim Scepter very soon. That's going to make this Gyrocopter extremely tanky.
I think these BKBs were more picked up so in case there is a team fight, but so you can secure these towers.
Yeah.
When you go for these tower pushes, OG, they'll see the smoke with the Zeus ulti.
How do you
get active
change
in the lanes fast?
Once you have that kind of play where you smoke up, you have an idea of what you want to go for, and something like this happens where your smoke has been spotted out. Do you adapt? Do you keep on going for what your original
I think you get
play
vision
was?
out.
Okay, you just
you
use
get
this
vision out,
moment
yeah.
to be able to get vision instead of fighting.
It's a little bit too obvious to get into a 5-on-5 situation.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just awkward. The better thing to do is get vision. Because that's really all you can do. The enemy team knows that you're together. So it's best to just see where you can place wards without actually getting spotted out, and that's exactly what they do.
X-Nova dropping sentries all over the place, making sure, and this is just one of those really common, if you're Radiant side, you've lost their safe lane tower, you're gonna try and control your own jungle area because it helps you control the mid lane tower as well. So he's trying to find any of those observer wards before he actually drops his own off.
Yeah, and it's actually FY that's in this top lane, so PSG LGD should have activated. OG's gonna look for this fight because they know that this line can't come in. At best, it's a 4-on-5. That's why Ana's looking for it.
Why do you think they sent the Lion back?
I'm not sure. I think they were actually trying to avoid the 5-on-5. And you saw for a second they were there as 4, and they're like, wait, the wrong hero is not here.
Yeah.
Anytime FY shows in a lane like that, OG's gonna smoke up and take a fight. Anytime maybe shows in a lane like that, OG will smoke up and take a fight.
Yeah, because the disables are so effective against the OG heroes, right? Faces Void, you've got this Pango who can't really swashbuckle forward, has to just rely on Rolling Thunder.
Yeah, I think that was a little bit of a mistake by FY, showing in that top lane. As soon as you showed in that top lane, it makes it really hard for the rest of PSG LGD to be down in that bottom area.
Now, Blitz, a lot of people are going to say, well, what do you mean mistake? Because nothing bad happened. We actually didn't lose any heroes as a result. Why was that bad for PSG LGD?
Because I think they wanted to take that fight. Yeah. I think they want to be in that bottom area and continue to protect their ward. If you notice, as a result of that happening, they instantly lost this ward down here at bottom. Being able to protect that ward and take a fight around that, because they placed 2 sentries too, you know that OG, they don't have any vision in that camp. Like, you'll win the vision advantage in that fight alone.
Yeah.
And being able to fight with vision is so important for your cores.
And now they're really fractured, right? As they retreated back, they naturally, like, some of them
this is
went
what
to their triangle, and this is what OG is trying to take advantage of. They know, okay, they retreated. Highly unlikely they all 5-man back to the same side.
It's a little bit awkward for them because now, whenever you have to back out like that, like you said, I really like that point, it leaves an opening. Naturally, somebody is going to go in a different direction.
You have to be crazy disciplined as a team
to like 5-man back in that situation. Like, sure, if you're hitting high ground, everyone knows, back together, nobody TP away foolishly, don't let them get an opening. But like in that situation, right, going from jungle to jungle, naturally people want to farm.
Yeah, if you notice, the Ember Spirit is really close to a Sacred Relic, and his Radiance. You have Ame that just finished up his Aghanim Scepter. Like, these guys want items. It's human nature. You're really close to something, like just a little bit more.
Yep. And he will get that Aghanim Scepter because of the way he's split up, but we'll see whether or not he gets caught.
Yeah, I mean, that's the scariest part about OG is they sort of ignore that in a way. They're like, screw human nature. Yeah, because you have this Nature's Prophet that's almost close to an AC. And Toxin almost has his Aghanim Scepter, like, and they're just like, whatever, just take the fight.
Yeah.
The numbers advantage is too good.
They could have just, you know, like, okay, like we've taken over our own jungle, let's keep farming and such, but instead, OG is the kind of team that just says, hey, they've screwed up, let's take advantage of that. How you feeling, Blitz? Enjoying TI?
Oh, I love this series.
God, it's so good, right?
If you can tell, like, I did my homework.
Yes.
I watched the VODs.
Yep.
Oh, because I wanted to know, like, what makes these teams tick.
Yeah.
Why is OG as good as they are? Because I feel like LGD, what they're doing is, like, they're playing into it a little bit. They're like, okay, OG is the same squad.
Yeah.
That's no criticism of them. It's actually impressive, like, how well they've done.
Yeah.
Off of, like, this one principle of Dota. And it's like, you know, invade the jungle, secure the safe lanes out, push them out, force people to play at your tempo. And PSG LGD is thinking, what are the counters to that? We don't want to play the same game. We don't want to get into these, like, 70-minute slugfest. Because I feel like OG, that's what they like. They like to clinch you, throw to the body repeatedly. And PSG LGD, conversely, they're like, what's the counter to that then? How do we deal with that? We pick up these early BKBs. We have a hero that can deal with the split push. Make it so that we can punish them in the 5-on-5 fights.
Since we are going to be here for just a bit longer, I want to tell you guys something about the atmosphere of this stadium. There's basically, there's 2 different big seating areas. One at the bottom, one at the top. And it is just packed all the way to the tip of the top of the stadium.
Yeah, it's actually wild how many OG fans came out.
Yeah, we had a decent number of fans right behind me. Yeah. But other than that.
No, there's everywhere. There's about half the crowd, I'd say.
Half the crowd are cheering for OG.
Yeah.
They're just not near the mics.
Yeah, yeah,
They're just not near the crowd mics.
They're a little bit further.
Yeah.
they got some upper seats. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah. Unfortunately, all the LGD fans are all at the bottom, and that's everything you hear. No, it's like, again, it was almost deathly quiet when OG came out. No booing or anything, but and I think the crowd is smart in that way. They want OG to know, like, hey, we supported you up until now, but in this series, we're definitely back at LGD.
Yeah.
Everyone's holding their LGD is invincible flags. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the brackets and see how OG and LGD managed to make it this far. It was crazy how many of the same teams were showing up in that upper bracket again, right?
It feels like deja vu. Last time, of course, EG, they went a little bit further, but things happen.
True. They got their rematch against OG in the upper bracket semifinals, just like last year.
That was a real heartbreaker.
Yeah.
Although this time around, they kind of got crushed.
The LGD versus VG game, I'm a little bit sad that one went 2-0 just because, hearing them talk about playing against each other and what that was like. I mean, they said that LGD actually, was like, they really respect each other, right? Like VG Gaming, they're a young squad, so they look up to everybody who's on the side of LGD, and now they're going to have to ride all their hopes for a China TI.
Yeah, wasn't it Fade that was like, I'd love, he's like, my dreams to go to the finals against LGD, and then LGD wins.
And then crown LGD. Very cute. And LGD, I'm sure, is feeling a lot of that pressure of being the last remaining home team. There's a lot of little stuff in that interview. So I think it was also Fade who said, like, is he 20, 22 years old or something? He's like, I've been a fan of FY for 22 years. And I think that's something about Dota in China, right? Is that there is just a bigger legacy to be had, right?
Yeah.
Dating back to the Dota 1 days.
Now that DDC, as you know, my personal favorite player in the world, now that DDC's out, I think I might switch sides to the Chalice train. I think that might be
your new favorite.
Yeah, it might be that, or like Seb. Because Seb was a talent. And then he rode his way
that
back.
was the crazy part. We worked ESL1 Frankfurt with Seb.
Dude, he
and
told
now
me
we watched him win a TI, and now we're watching him in an upper bracket fight.
Deadass, he looked me in the eye.
Yeah.
And he said, "I'm gonna make it as a pro again." And I straight up, I laughed inside.
You laughed at him?
I straight up was like, oh, "Good luck, dude." I was like, "I'll see you next TI," as a panelist. And then, what a fool he made me. And I'm so happy for him. Couldn't have happened to a better guy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was always a pleasure to be able to work with Seb. Just a very happy guy all around, and I think it's also really inspiring. I think it was inspiring to a lot of people.
Yeah, Syndren's back there like writing as many notes as he can about what happened. He's like, what did he do at these events?
How did he get the motivation? Well, Syndren, first thing, you have to become a coach.
Yes.
That was the first step, right? It's just coming back and being a coach. And that's
we're going to get back
Let's
into
get
the game.
back into it. OG versus LGD, game 1. We are 24 minutes in. OG have a 1,000 net worth lead. They have a global combo between Furion plus a Boots, a Travel, Tops, and Zeus. We are closing in on some very key items.
Bottom lane. They look like they want to make a play for
Leading out Seb, though, with his early BKB. Again, he got the Orchid super fast, so BKB had it about 23 minutes.
Match that tempo.
Last time he Ame challenged him in that 1v1 and he gave away 1,000 gold. Seb was just a little bit shy of the BKB, but this time he's got it.
It probably tips you off to the fact that you're the highest net worth hero in the game. When you see that 1,000.
Yeah, it's one of those things. You don't really know that information until perhaps it's a bit too late. Batting roots on the ground. PSG LGD scrambling to grab everything on the bottom lane. OG did not get the chance to be able to punish maybe in his positioning, so he does pick up the Aghanim Scepter. And even popping the Shrine, even though he was about 3/4 full. Just gonna top things off, get some fresh fuel for the fight to come.
I love when people hold on to bounty runes, by the way. Let it percolate.
Why though? It doesn't do anything. Once you put it into your bottle, it's based off the time you picked it up.
I know, but it's cool.
It's cool?
It's like you've got a gold explosion.
Guys, I don't have buyback. Someone use your bottle bounty rune.
Well, as soon as he hits like 1,200 gold, he's gonna pop it.
Okay. It's gonna be that surprise, haha.
All right, they're gonna go for. I'd like to see him remnant back, TP, help his team.
Yep. Deal with that top lane push. It is a big push.
This is your job right now as Ame. Letting anybody else do this job, no. It's purely for him. Stay down here as 4 on the side of PSG LGD. Stick around, let him get his Radiance.
Anna's kind of sticking around, right? He may try and go for the Chronosphere onto Ame.
Yeah, they're going to TP in with the Nature's Prophet.
He goes straight up the Chronosphere. The TP coming in for the Furion just outside of it. Doomep, he wants to it, but the BKB activated, he jumps away. This is why Ame picked up the fast BKB, and sadly Seb was just on the outside of being able to get some auto attack.
It's not for the team fight. It's for when you go for these split pushes that you need to be afraid. And Seb, if he TPs on the other side, they definitely get that kill.
Yeah. And he was stuck in a situation where he was already TPing basically at the same time the Chronosphere was down, so he was like, I shouldn't really cancel this and replace it.
That was such a sick trap. By getting punished for that now, losing the bottom tier 2 tower, you can put even pressure. And this is the worst thing as a Nature's Prophet. Once you lose your tier 2 towers, the potential for trading racks is always available to them. And because you have this Ember Spirit, it's even harder to just go for a 1-for-1 racks trade.
Right.
So if PSG, LGD feels stronger, they'll just go for it.
And they should be picking up the pace right about now, right? They just got their Radiance. They know there's no Chrono.
Yeah, you go for it right now.
There's no better time to go for it, and that's why they're just trying to, they're not going for the kill at all, but they're just trying to push Chalice back, make him so he's low enough he doesn't feel comfortable leading an engagement. They push out mid, which is going to make this smoke a little bit more obvious. They use the Orchid onto Ame. He's obviously fine. We'll hold on to his BKB charge as well. PSG LGD, they're going to be spotted at Thunder God's Wrath, just as we were talking about that mid lane push. Pushing Chalice back, pushing the wave in, makes that obvious.
They read exactly where PSG LGD is, but LGD still going to go for it. His challenge going to wrap around with FY behind the tier 1 tower. They're going to jump for it. Catching no tail. The Rolling Thunder is out from Jerix already. He's going to hit FY as well as the Thunder Guns wrath and stuff. But they're going to be able to bring down one support at least. Chalice left in an awkward position here, but maybe focusing on that objective. And OG a little bit skittish about taking the fight. They've got 15 seconds left in the Chronosphere, and that's why Ame immediately going to jump into the high ground, hoping to be able to help Xnova out. He's going to use the ultimate. There goes the Ravage, but it doesn't actually catch Elena. They only manage to finish up Jerix. They're going to jump over the shrine where Thompson is sitting all by himself. No, the buyback coming in. Jerix is going to try and help out more Thompson here. Youth Scepter onto himself. The Jar Punch is trying to stay away from Anna and all that physical damage. The Chrono's back. Just came out. The Rocket Rock is enough to finish off Anna, and Anna will finish off the Gyro in turn. Ame, he does have a lot of damage though with that Radiance. Can they chase down Ana?
Seb is still strong.
Chains instead going to go for the 2 supports here. He's got Seb as well as Jerix. He will not try and chase down the carry of Anna, but he will get 2 kills for the team.
And that was the buyback from Jerix. Fantastic fight from PSG LGD. That all comes down to Xnova's positioning. They all leaned on him while they were killing the cores of the backline of OG. And once you get on top of the Zeus, the team fight feels completely over.
14-16, 29 minutes in, and PSG LGD for the first time in about 15 minutes had the net worth lead. No matter how small it is, they do have the lead, they do have the experience. The Chronosphere being used in that last fight as well, that's going to give PSG LGD a lot of confidence to keep this going. They need Ravage, though, in 70 seconds.
And they should feel really strong right now.
Yeah.
It's so hard for OG to take a fight. Like I said, straight up 5-on-5s, OG will lose. Even with Chronos, OG hit a 2-man Chrono onto both cores, and it doesn't matter.
So Xnova, there's a lot of ways that Oracle's trying to solve the problem, which is you've got a target on you. Everyone's going to try and chase you down. And a lot of them go for Glimmer Capes, Blink Daggers, maybe an Ether Lens to help the cast range. But here, because of the global presence of Furion plus Zeus, we've got Xnova trying to rush an Aeon Disc, which is a really smart decision, I think.
It also makes it so that if you do get chronoed with one of your 2 cores, you'll never be focused down.
Yeah.
It just wastes more and more time from Ana. And I think for PSG LGD, the longer the fight lasts, because you have a core that can consistently catch up to the enemy team and comes with his own stun, you're going to be stronger. Which is wild to think about, considering Zeus is one of the best.
Yeah, that is one thing. The only thing that really can stop that longer team fight going in the favor of LGD has got to be Thompson. And that's why they've been trying to focus him down so much.
He needs a Blink Dagger.
20. That's what he's going for, is that Blink Dagger. Again, the Orchid, but again, Ame doesn't care. In fact, he almost has an Aghanim Scepter already.
He needs to outplay them right now, Thompson.
Yeah.
Get the Blink Dagger. Figure out your positioning in team fights to be able to get in and out.
It's going to be so hard against the Aghanim Scepter, Ember Spirit. I've heard a lot of Ember Spirit players, CCNC in particular, I think, Gunnar as well agreed with this. The Aghanims is a bit of a trap. But in this game, right, it is meant for it. Trying to get on top of the Zeus is like Ame's biggest objective in every single fight, and Aghanim Scepter will do a lot for them.
Didn't they say it was a trap when you get it before you hit level 25?
Yeah, I think that was also another part of it, in which Ame is closing in on 25.
Yeah, once you get your 25 plus the Aghanim Scepter, I think it's real good.
Yeah. He's already got so many damage items as well. Hasn't opted for anything that's going to proc off a Sleight of Fist just yet. But.
I would have really liked, in this game in particular, for him to have gone for the Boots of Travel.
Yeah.
It makes this playstyle that he's opting for a little bit stronger.
Yeah. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't go for the Maelstrom as well, considering how, the Furion with so many treants.
Radiance works.
Radiance works just as well, I guess, and maybe stronger in these team fights for him. The Blink Dagger's almost here for Thompson. What else do we have? Jerix is trying to get a Glimmer Cape, I think specifically to help out Thompson, because they know how important his positioning is in these fights. Seb has his AC. And Ana, the BKB, as well as a Manta. 9-second BKB left for him.
I sort of feel like OG, they sort of have to go for a smoke, pick off the core, and immediately try to Roshan. And use that Roshan to get even more map control. Grab this tier 2 tower at bottom, then diverge onto this mid lane.
Because you are going to feel like really good once you have that Satanic on
yes.
Cyber, right? So
I think they really need to make that play on the side of OG. Go for some sort of 5-man, try to get the cores. If you can find the Ember Spirit doing this playstyle, that would be ideal. The problem is, normally you get one moment where you can trick somebody and they forget about how they can die. and that was a top lane. But maybe they can do it again. Ame, if he's going to stick around for the next creep wave, he could just die here.
2,500 HP. Can he actually live through with all this? They're going to be able to help out with the Nimbus as well as York. And with the Manta, man, Anna just cleaned him up so quick.
Go Roche. Go Roche.
Go Roche. Is this the opportunity for OG that they needed to claim the Aegis?
You at least have an opportunity to, if he did have buyback, you could maybe force a buyback, but as soon as they know that they're roaching and they can't buyback, they know the Ember's out of the fight.
Yeah.
They didn't go for a smoke, but it's the same idea. Get a core pick off, go into Roshan. You have to use this Aegis.
And how much of this is a feint from Chalice? Is he just threatening, hey, Ember Spear could buy back, you got to get out of this pit? Or does he actually think they can win a 5 versus 4?
I don't think they can win a 5 versus 4, but they're trying to stall it up as long as they can. But once they see FY at top lane, they're going to just walk back into the Roshan pit.
Yeah.
They know this isn't a real fight. This is sort of just buying a little bit of time.
OG are doing a really good job of making the most of this, right? With the push onto top lane, getting tier 3, the tier 1 at bottom, actually does fall, Chalice.
Yeah, what they're trying to do is buy time with Ember Spirit. There's about still a 25-second window. Seb is now here with his AC.
All right, if OG was going to commit, they have to do it now. At 20 seconds.
Nice defense by PSG LGD.
Yeah, that was so smart of Chalice.
Chalice just walks in. He knows there's no chrono. He can't die. He's got a pipe and a Solar Crest and Vlad's. But I do think the idea behind what OG was going for is the right play.
Yeah. And hey, if that play happens again, then next thing you know, you've taken the tier 2 at bottom.
Oh, they're going for it now.
Ooh. PSG LGD, they said, you didn't want to fight us? 4 versus 5? Well, guess what? Now the Ember Spirit's alive. And we don't think you're going to fight us for this.
They got to wait out chrono, too. 10 seconds left, so it is going to be up. PSG LGD, because they've got this this Satanic, I think they feel a little bit too overconfident. They've got to be careful. If this Faceless Void engages, he's looking for the angle right now. He sees 2 cores for the time being, but both teams just playing around this area, both loath to just give it up.
Roshan is getting so low, bit by bit, that eventually someone's going to fully commit to it. They are going to be able to get the pick off. That's going to start with FY. Now the Orchid onto the Tidehunter to prevent any sort of ravage, as OG did get a little bit too close to that watermelon.
Look at this Ana. He's making his way up.
Making sure to use that mobility to their advantage. You see Seb pushing in bottom lane. This is an opportunity for him to take the tier 2. With no boots of travel, Ame has a tough time being able to deal with this. He's going to run to bottom lane, but damage, a significant amount, will have already been done with the double Sea Dragon push.
Seb likely to take this tower. At least the Sea Dragons, they'll get him denied.
Solar Crest. They finish off the Nimbus. That's another 100 gold.
Maybe he's committed for this. FY's coming back right now.
Stop. Oh, that 40 movement speed coming in just at the right time. Ame sees his opportunity to be able to jump in the back line. Top time, FY's been stunned up onto Anna. Now maybe is going to be able to get around, but Thompson being hunted down the route. Going down the blink. He got to get right. He gets out with the Shrine activated. FY might just be able to live. Jerry's getting a little stuck on the cliff, but it looks like FY does manage to live. Ame jumping back into this one. Will manage to find No-Tail here. That's one support down, 5 for 5. Now LGD trying to go back into their own home ground to be able to finish up. And he got there. He's dead. He's dead. And now OG.
He does have buyback. He's got to commit to it right now if he is going to do it.
He does have a TP scroll up. He's going to commit now with a stomp, landing on a 3. Can maybe finish this one up.
So low.
He's going to be able to jump in, throw a sphere out. The aim has already been picked up in Anna.
They've got to retreat.
This is no longer a fight he can take, but Jared's already picked off the stop stable. Anna's been hit. Anna's been caught. The time watch over the side. Seven's here with his sprout. Anything to be able to protect brother Anna, but he's still been slowed down. Another stop. This time for the A team. And that will be enough for Anna to be able to get out. It looks like Seb, his life has been forfeited here as he's going to be chased down by Ame. Pops the BKB. Tries to go for the sprout. TP away, and he's fine, actually. Impressive play by OG to be able to bail out Anna and still get out. But still, a big win for PSG LGD as they managed to just finish up Roshan just in time. I mean, the balls that may be there to say, I'm going to pop BKB and I'm finishing up this Roshan. even as Anna's buying back and trying to TP in.
Oh, that was so rough. I actually thought that fight was going to go okay for OG. After they went on Thompson and Thompson outplays them, Yule's into the blink. He dodges the Ravage. He goes right. The Ember Spirit think he walked up. It looked really good. And then Anna was never able to get his Chronosphere off in that engagement. He just didn't really see a good opportunity. He wasn't able to keep up with his Zeus. So they weren't able to layer their damage together. As we're going to see again, he drops the Chronosphere. He thinks about running in, but he knows that's a trap. FY, he's ready with the stun.
I mean, maybe if he had been able to time walk actually into the pit, he was just there a second faster. Time walks into the pit, gets off the Chronosphere. Sadly, level 20 talent just wasn't quite enough. I thought Seb was dead here for sure.
Nice BKB usage. Gets the Sprout just around his body.
And it's always tough. You've seen it time and time before. These late game Furions, nobody wants to be able to hold on to a Quelling Blade this late. FY and Chalice are the only ones who have it here. Oh, no, never mind. X-Nova has it as well. Butterfly up next for our Gyrocopter. And this is going to be some serious momentum for PSG-LG. It's funny, though, that win probability still heavily favoring OG. And I think even after that fight, it may still be in their favors. Yeah, 66%. Again, the late game of the Faceless Void and trying to go high ground against that, as well as the ET, the Zeus, the mobility of the Furion. The list actually goes on and on how good high ground defense is for OG.
I still think this game is slightly PSG-LGD favored.
Yeah.
I'm not really willing to... I think this game's straight coin flippy. The OG's lineup, the way that it functions is if they do win one team fight, they're going to push in the lanes real quick. They've got the Buildster, they've got an AC, their heroes hit towers very well. But I feel like right now, PSG-LGD, they should win most of the team fights. It's a lot easier for their Ember Spirit to get his damage off as opposed to Thompson, who's got to play constantly on retreat. Like, he has to rely on Anna to get that Chronosphere off, and when he doesn't, you see how weak their lineup looks.
So we have with the Scythe of Ice being finished up by Seth. Ame is already trying to address that with an Aeon Disc for his own. So
they do have a Hex now on Seth. That's a big item pickup for him.
So that's why he's trying to go for that Aeon Disc, because the BKB may not be enough anymore. He still needs to be able to address that split push from OG, even if they have the team fight locked in, especially with the Aegis on maybe right now. They have to make sure they are not outmaneuvered by OG, as they've done that so many times in the past and so many times at this international as well. It's part of what their aggression, why it looks so good, right, is being able to, first of all, put the enemy team in the wrong place, wrong part of the map, and then force that fight, a Shadow Blade. Or a Seb just to help him get that Scythe of Ice off.
It's good damage too, and it helps him so that he can deal with these stragglers. He doesn't have to pop his BKB just to get kills. There is a gem pickup almost immediately by X-Nova. I think they're feeling the lack of wards right now. Like I think they've accepted that they're never going to get wards out for very long, but they also have to take away OG's vision if they can. That's where OG's lineup is still pretty potent.
It's so hard against a Furion, right? Like sometimes you just give the wards to the Furion, even if he's core, and he goes out, plants some Jerix with his swashbuckle, allowing him to get to places that most supports can as well.
Yeah, we saw in the pre-game stats, by the way, both teams used to such aggression, but this time, and they played against each other so often that they've slowed down the pace. They know that all it really comes down to is the team fights.
Thunder God's Wrath going off, just making sure that LGD can't really challenge for this bounty room. And that'll allow OG to be able to get 3 out of the 4, even against an Aegis. It goes to show, like, PSG LGD, they're still going to be a little bit timid about taking fights against OG, especially as they're split around the map. The Rolling Thunder going off, does manage to knock up X-Nova with that fly being finished off as well. 2 different kills like this would be massive. They do have Ame coming in, but immediately the BKB from Seb, they know 2 pickoffs on the supports. As long as nobody dies here, they're going to do a long jump in from the Aghanim Scepter Spirit to be able to chase down No-Tail, but No-Tail managed to get off the stomp onto Ame. Ame finished him off with a double damage, especially with Chalice and Maybe joining him in the mid lane.
And so the split push continues. Tops in that top lane, Seb towards bottom. If you can't fight him, extend the game until you find opportunities where you can.
Especially with these level 25 talents coming in. Anna has his with the Chronosphere AoE. We've got.
I know there's no BKB, but no vision either.
Yeah. Those effective late game Shadow Blades. It's always tough for cores to carry vision.
Yeah, that's why Nature's Prophet, it doesn't feel awful, even though you can't team fight too well. Sprout is going to get much better as the game goes on. Your Shadow Blade will get a lot better because cores can't really carry around the gems or anything like that.
Yeah. Look at that, though. The most Zeus's I see go for that 155 hard lightning damage. It's so much, considering how often you spam it. Oh, it's this TP in Seb! That's some church bells hanging between his legs right there. Just TP's in, instantly BKBs, finished off the tier 3. Now shrines have been unlocked, and eventually he'll take it with the Treants.
Look at Maybe's build, by the way. He's decided to go for the Basher because he's so tired of this. He knows they need some way to punish that.
With the Mjolnir attack speed as well, he's just going to be focusing on all of the
bottom lane.
Various procs. They are going to be able to get the Aegis to pop here. It takes away the regen while Ame being gone on. They do have the Chronosphere. It's Seb going to be able to get enough
the damage for this.
It just overwhelms Ame very quickly. He still, and I'm not sure if he ever will, be tanky enough to live through that Chronosphere unless he's got the Aeon Disc.
He didn't have a Remnant far back enough. I think he was relying on the speed to try to outplay. Got a little bit lazy there. And OG punishes their lineup. It's designed to constantly pressure the lanes, find openings like that.
Mjolnir, almost complete for Somnus. We've got the 20 strength for the Pangolier. Popping the link, it's managed to get the Hex follow up, and they're just going to try and jump out as quickly as possible. They do have him dead. That was buyback from Ame, and that's 2 minutes. He is dead for 2 minutes now off of the buyback around Roshan, and LGD know about that.
Yeah, there was no one near him. And it just decided to step forward.
And now Seven's going to do everything he can to try and force the attention to the side lanes rather than that mid lane where PSG LGD is barreling down. But that's where Ame comes into play. He may not have that Aeon Disc, but he's going to play like he does have it. Jarek's going to rolling in with his Glimmer Cape, the Invis Ball. Not really doing a whole lot, especially since they have the vision down. They're going to do a decent amount of Somnus. But now Thompson with the Blink Initiation from that one. Ear Splitter going to come a little bit too late. No damage being dealt. And Somnus can now turn all of his attention into the tier 3s. 80 seconds left for Anna's revival here. And PSG LG, they're going to have to poke him down to make sure they don't get caught by the Rabbit. He's going to be hit on 3. They're going to chase down Jackson to the back line. It's already finished off 7 back. That is going to be good enough. And Anna, he will pay big time for his death in mid lane as his team scrambles time and time again to be able to push that PSG LGD.
They save the racks here, it looks like.
Left.
The initiation.
Side of OG, they're going to be able to find the initiation once again on to Thompson. They have no save mechanism. Now he's dead for 2 minutes. And PSG LGD, what's the point of being fair? Just hit the tier 4s to go throw.
40 seconds still for the Spaceless Void. Anna says to his team,
My bad. And it was indeed his bad. It's that one little mistake from him may have just cost him the game. Seb trying to draw some attention away from the tier 4s, away from the throne, but Jarek's can do little to stop his death. No tails now here, 15 seconds, but the throne being just poked away by Somnus. He's doing so much damage, 2,000 HP, 10 seconds left in the void, 1,500, that's it. Game 1 is all PSG LGD.
Such a tense game, and that one lacks in judgment.
Yep. This is what is going to determine the victory between these two teams who are so evenly matched for 40 minutes. One slip up in Roche, one slip up in the mid lane, and PSG LGD will take game 1.
You can totally tell that they've done their homework.
This has been a great start to this series. I hope we go for the full series just like we've had in every single TI pass between LGD and OG.
Okay, and one of the things we hear from Will is the idea of LGD doing their homework. And I think that we definitely saw the stack of papers come out when OG walked onto the stage, but it is clear that LG has done their research as well. I want to go to an idea, though, that you guys talked about very early on when we talked about what this game may look like, and that was buyback. Was that really the key factor here? Or would we see something completely different, Grant?
It was a little bit different. I mean, Anna kind of died back. We had that one big fight near Roche where 3PO bought back, but that game was a lot different than I expected, and it felt like both teams were just okay sitting back farming. And honestly, I was thinking maybe OG has the better late game, you know, with this Nature's Prophet as well as a Void, but one wasted chrono and they just kind of lost the game.
Yeah, I got to that point where Seb started some of that split pushing, right? He got the top tier 3, suddenly you're opening up shrines, and that's where things you're like, okay, this is OG, things are rolling for them. But it was a very skirmishy game. It wasn't these massive 5v5s.
At the Roche fight, I thought Anna's going to buy back way earlier and go in. It kind of costed them the advantage that they had at the point. And we see these kills that they earn 1,000 gold. This is also very game-changing.
Yeah, 22 minutes, 1,000 gold to the Ember, and then I think at like 30 minutes, 1,000 gold to the Faceless Void. The factor of the comeback is absolutely ridiculous sometimes.
So you talk about the idea of when we look at this game, it's a very skirmish game. Do we think that the next game's going to look completely different? Do you think maybe we're going to get closer to the idea that you guys had during that first game of a game that's very focused around the buyback?
I think so. I think when OG loses, they're going to change it up. They haven't really been losing, right? So they haven't had to, quote unquote, change it up. And I just love the items on PSG LGD. It was really, really good. They had like BKB super early. They had an Aeon disc on the Ember so that the Oracle could just ulti anyone else who got hit with it. It was really, really good.
Yeah, and there were not too many team fights early on, so their BKBs were 9-10 seconds, and they have nothing besides the chrono to throw into there once the BKBs are up. Also, Anna used his BKB most of the time to try to catch Oracle in the backlines, and once he comes back into a team fight, he just dies because he does not have any defensive items left.
We're seeing a lot of what we've seen from these two teams even in this series, right? LGD just has been playing by the book very, very well. And now when we do talk about that loss coming in on the side of OG, how do they react? Are we going to see what they've been able to do in the past where they get back in and it's like nothing ever happened? I do think that when we look at this series as well, it is really exciting to see how OG will start to adapt.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Seb say, I've been to China, I've gotten booed. He knew it was coming, and I was surprised. I have to say, I did not think that they would get booed, especially after they lost. I thought it would be more so just like cheers and everything like that, but the mental warfare that OG loves to throw so much, it's still there. So there you go.
I feel like there's a very defined cheering meta here in this arena.
Like they're trying to keep up with OG.
Yeah. You know, it's very loud cheering when people actually like come out of the booths, and then it's like a respect clap. I feel like there's like a subtle respect clap. Not too much of the booing going on just yet. I think grand finals, that's when the claws are going to come out.
Oh yeah, they need to get that win on the home turf for sure.
Yeah, and it's looking very possible right now. I think we keep talking about what OG's changing. I think it's safe to say you guys want to see LGD potentially try to play the same type of game that they just played.
Yeah, LGD's gameplay was on point. The understanding of the timings, their item builds, fight around the Roche bit. Once again, also one of the crucial buybacks on Lion, which kind of caught the Void off guard, which gave them the Roche once again. So they don't have to necessarily change anything. And I think OG is one of the best teams to come back because they don't care that they just lost the game.
Yeah, and now we're actually going to get to hear just a little bit more from the players. We're going to throw it down to Casey and hear what everybody had to say. Oh, we're actually jumping right now to see what Casey had to ask the players.
So you ever play Dota?
Yes, and I run around, try to get the last hit, and then when I die, I tell everybody else they suck.
You're pretty good if you knew that you need to get last hits.
Really?
Most people just run down and die. They don't know what.
No.
You need to shout in the mic, though.
Oh, no, I do that. I played with a bunch of guys from Valve, and they never asked me back.
Oh. You did well, then.
I was talking to Slacks. You can tell me, what do you really think about him?
About Slacks?
Yeah, he's nowhere nearby.
To be honest, I like him.
Good guy, right?
Yeah.
He's like the brother I never wanted.
I like his, he's genuine.
Right?
yeah, I like it, and it's just straight up. I like his honesty.
Well, he told me that in an interview he did with you in 2016 that if you had to be doing anything else and you couldn't play Dota for a living, that you would be a garbage man.
Yeah.
Is that true?
To be honest, it was all a joke back then. But it's like every joke has a little bit truth in it, you know, Casey?
Uh-huh.
So I'd be anything simple if it wouldn't be for something like Dota.
Yeah?
And my parents wanted me to become a lawyer or a doctor.
Really?
Yeah, it's a classic immigrant parents, but chose this path. And they came to terms.
I think
đường mà không xa mà giờ cứ như con người đang sống đời yêu quỷ mạng của em. Cái anh bạn thân của em á. Lấy em ra làm cha. Lấy cái sao không? Một là đừng quá lớn chứ. Dạ. Chính xác là ai vậy? Ở trên Hoàng Giang thôi à. Không có nghiêm trọng. Thời gian qua giống như là nhiều chuyện xảy ra rồi. Giờ cho mình nó đã đến liên hệ rồi. Nhưng mà giờ như vậy, em mới biết thấy, biết bảo vệ tình yêu của mình. Mọi khúc mắc đã được tháo gỡ hết rồi.
Chào anh em, mình là Bình, mình là thành viên mới nhất của GVN Channel và ngày hôm nay là video đầu tiên của mình trên kênh. Nếu trong quá trình mình làm video có bất kỳ sai sót nhỏ nhỏ nào đó thì cũng mong anh em hãy lượng thứ cho mình nhé. Còn bây giờ, bắt đầu! Như anh em đã thấy trên tiêu đề của video, Nvidia đã cho ra mắt 1660 Super là bản nâng cấp rất đáng giá so với 1660 Non Super, thậm chí có sức mạnh còn ngang ngửa so với 1660 Ti, nhưng lại có mức giá bán rẻ hơn 700 cho tới 1 triệu đồng. Bây giờ anh em hãy đi qua thông số của chúng một chút để chúng ta hiểu rõ về phiên bản nâng cấp này. 1660 Super giờ đây đã được nâng cấp lên DD56 giống như 1660 Ti và có tốc độ RAM cao hơn hai người anh em của mình. 1660 Super và 1660 Ti cùng yêu cầu một bộ nguồn với công suất như nhau là 450W. Tuy rằng có burst và speed RAM cao hơn, nhưng do thua kém nhân CUDA khá nhiều so với 1660 Ti, nên hiệu năng tổng quan của 1660 Super vẫn thua kém 1660 Ti từ 2-3% trong những bài test thực tế. Do mới ra mắt nên 1660 Super vẫn còn tồn tại nhiều ưu điểm, như là market share thấp và cộng đồng hỗ trợ chưa đông. Vậy nên là khi anh em gặp một số cái lỗi lặt vặt gì đó, muốn tìm người tâm sự thì cũng rất là khó. Nhưng mà một cái con card mới khi mà anh em mua về thì anh em quan tâm cái gì? Anh em quan tâm hiệu năng, anh em quan tâm giá. Thì những cái con card dòng Super mới gần đây của Nvidia cho ra mắt nó đáp ứng rất là tốt nhu cầu của người dùng rồi. Chẳng hạn như con 2070 Super này, đối với 1660 Ti, đây là một dòng card đã ra mắt cũng được một thời gian khá lâu của Nvidia. Ở thị trường Việt Nam, 1660 Ti hiện tại đã giảm giá đôi chút nhưng vẫn chưa đủ hấp dẫn để hướng người dùng sang lựa chọn nó. Và với cái sức mạnh trên không quá nhiều so với 1660 Super mới ra mắt thì mình nghĩ là cũng không có đáng lựa chọn cho lắm. Với cái trang công nghệ TechSpot là họ đã test 17 game trên cái cấu hình là i9 9900K, 16GB RAM, burst 3400 và cũng như là SSD 512GB. Cụ thể với 1660 Super, các bạn sẽ phải trả 2,72 đô cho 88 FPS trung bình. 1660 các bạn sẽ phải trả 2,87 đô la cho 80 FPS trung bình và 1660 Ti các bạn sẽ phải trả 2,97 đô cho 94 FPS trung bình. Chúng ta có thể thấy 1660 Super vô cùng đáng lựa chọn bởi vì nó soán ngôi luôn cả 1660 là người đang làm vua trong phân khúc tầm trung trước đó. Test hiệu năng thực tế để kiểm chứng sức mạnh của hai chiếc card, tụi mình dùng hai phiên bản cùng đến từ nhà Gigabyte và đều được OC 75 MHz so với xung nhịp cơ bản, chạy trên cùng một hệ thống là i7 8700, đi với main Z390 Mota và 16GB RAM, burst 2666 MHz. Nhiệt độ phòng có máy lạnh là 25 độ C. Cả hai game đều được set ở mức đồ họa Ultra. Hiệu năng cho ra tương đồng ở hai mẫu card. FPS trung bình của hai con đều trên 250 FPS với game Liên minh huyền thoại. Nhưng cho đến khi mình test PUBG thì mới thực sự có cái sự bất ngờ xảy ra. Test trên map xanh hóc với hơn 90 người chơi trong cùng một lobby và nhảy vào khu bootcamp. Quá trình chơi game của hai card đo bằng MSI Afterburner, dù kết quả cho ra đều trên 80 FPS trung bình, nhưng FPS cho ra từ 1660 Super lại cao hơn đáng kể, kể cả trong những pha combat nữa. Điểm mạnh duy nhất của 1660 Ti có thể thấy đó là FPS drop nó thấp hơn so với 1660 Super mà thôi. Đối với những tựa game khủng cũng không ngoại lệ. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, Assassin's Creed Odyssey thì FPS cho ra thể hiện sự chênh lệch sức mạnh không quá lớn giữa hai dòng card này. Chênh lệch thậm chí khi hai con drop FPS cũng tương tự, chỉ trừ Assassin's Creed. Rồi, qua bài test vừa rồi. Nếu như anh em chỉ chơi eSports, anh em có thể chọn mua 1660 phiên bản bình thường là đủ. Tại vì những tựa game eSports thường không thay đổi cấu hình qua từng năm. Nếu như anh em mua 1660 phiên bản thường, ít ra nó còn trụ được khoảng 2-3 năm nữa. Anh em hãy cứ yên tâm. Nhưng nếu nhu cầu của anh em cao hơn một chút, chơi những tựa game khủng như là Shadow of the Tomb Raider hay Assassin's Creed, cần cái sự ổn định trong khung hình, thì anh em hãy lựa chọn 1660 Super hoặc 1660 Ti. Nhưng thực lòng mà nói, mình không khuyên anh em mua 1660 Ti cho lắm. Tại vì 1660 Ti có cái mức hiệu năng chênh so với 1660 Super là không quá nhiều, nhưng giá bán của nó lại chênh khá nhiều so với 1660 Super. Còn em thì sao? Anh em lựa chọn dòng card nào trong phân khúc này? Hãy để lại một comment. Và nếu cảm thấy video hữu ích, anh em hãy để lại một like, một share hoặc là một subscribe để ủng hộ cho tụi mình nhé. Còn bây giờ, xin chào tạm biệt anh em và hẹn gặp lại trong video lần sau. Peace!